No, y'all, that's not my real voice. Cigar Hound Dog, DJ from Pick Jimi, Master Your Ash, John from Cigar Alchemist, EKB from the Vintage Cigar.
What you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? And do you believe you can do anything?
Thanks for tuning into the big broadcast, the bag broadcast. And now, the New Wave presents the infamous Smoke Show.
Woo! 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 Woo!
What up, what up?
What's up, everyone?
Let's go back through here and see what we got.
Ooh, a 10th anniversary.
10th. Hound Dog pairing with something good.
Woo!
Oh, yeah. That was it.
Wagurshi.
Burgershi.
Let's see, we got a EPC Allegiance too.
Mm-hmm. What up, Syndrome? What up?
I've heard that cigar's gotten better. Yo, what's up? What's everybody smoking?
Yeah.
Let us know what you're smoking in the chat.
Lele. Nice. That's a good pairing.
What is that?
It's
What's a Lele?
It's like a fortified wine almost, pretty much. Lele Blanc. It's like a vermouth almost.
Dude, you are a wealth of knowledge, Mike. I would be so lost without you. I wouldn't know how to take the freaking bottle out of the box without you.
That's not true. That is not true.
Dude, what if Michael was just
I'm a package
everything for all these years, and like we find out down the road everything he said, he's just making it up, and he just sounded very
lied.
confident.
Yeah, just a really good liar, just like off the cuff.
I don't actually smoke any cigars either.
It's AI.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
This will pair very well with this. This is the Blanc versus from.
Are we going over what we're smoking, boys? Matt, you want to start it off?
This is the Sin Compromiso selection number 2, Dunbarton, baby. And I just did a pre-light draw, which I think are stupid, but I got like hints of mothball. Have you ever gotten that off of a cigar? Mothball?
Yes.
It's weird. It's weird, but also kind of nice at the same time. It reminds me of my great grandpa's house in Kansas City. It's weird, but it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's what I'm smoking, a mothball cigar. What's everybody else smoking?
I guess I'm smoking a mothball cigar as well. So number 2. This is my first time having the Sin Compromiso. I was going to smoke the Wagurshi, but since you were lighting up the Sin Compromiso, I decided to join you. So let's do it.
Mothballs for all. Why not?
Mothballs for all. Oh, that's tight.
This is like Cigars Bandit.
Yes. We all are going into it very confidently, just like Mike is in life in general. we know what we're smoking.
And then as far as pairings go tonight, we got 3 here.
Ooh,
so
dude.
we're gonna start off with a little hoppy refresh. This is a hopped water, blood orange flavor by Lagunitas.
Okay.
Then we'll move into our Imperial apple cider. And to finish it off, being that I couldn't let Matt drink scotch by himself, we got a little bit of Brookline unpeated.
The coolest bottle of all time. That's such a dope bottle, dude.
That is a cool bottle.
This is actually the old one too, man. The new one is it's a little bit smaller, and it comes with like this really cool little paper wrapping over it that's like 100% recycled. They have like this big climate initiative or blah 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 whatever, but it's a cool whiskey.
That's dope, dude. Have their bottles always been like that, Mike?
With the with that particular one, yes, it's always had that teal to it. But
Yeah.
the rest of them are like a mixture of dark browns and blacks and stuff.
Because he told me it's like one of the oldest distillers on the island, and like that packaging, that bottle looks super modern to me, you know. So that's why I asked.
No, definitely one of like the classic Isla distilleries, and then they kind of just like they went dark for a little while, and they weren't producing a whole bunch of stuff, and then about maybe 10 years ago, 15 years ago, they started to like ramp back up and kind of just modernize everything. But the distillery is still like super old school.
That's tight.
If it's next to your wife's shampoo bottle, talk to your wife.
So John, what do you have, bro?
All right. I was telling you guys in the green room, but I'm getting super into brandy. So I got this Spanish brandy called Torres 20. Super good.
Horrors de Orge.
Where's the Ors Wurgershi? It's good though, man. Dark fruit notes. It's delicious. Got a little bit of smoky characteristic to it as well. So
Is Brooke Ladie the distiller of the Scotch?
Yeah, Brooke Lottie.
Brooke Ladie. Sorry, I'm Scottish. I should know, but I don't. I am pairing. Well, I just finished my Diet Coke. Just finished. So
yeah.
This is the bad boy that was sent in a care package. I think Nestor Miranda. I think because you got it too, Mike. Nestor Miranda late last year. Macallan 12, and this is as far as I've gotten in over half a year. It's taken me this long to get to here. We'll see how many milliliters I drink up tonight.
I have not personally tried the bushel yet.
I had it when I got back from West Virginia or Pittsburgh. Flew in from Pittsburgh. It was peppery. And DJ says don't be surprised. It's a peppery ass cigar, and he's right. It's very peppery.
Nice.
yeah, I've not had it yet.
We'll see. Oh shit! I gotta light up. What am I doing? Jeez Louise.
Let's see. SB 1014 black.
Sanj,
What's up, Sanj?
what's going on, brother?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Sanj, what do you do? What's going on? Thanks for joining.
Man,
Of
DJ
course.
looks different.
What happened?
I said DJ looks different.
Yes.
Thanks for hopping on, man. How's your night going?
My night is good, man. Just got home. A lot of work. Sitting out here with Oreo. What are you guys doing?
Nice.
Hanging out with you
Cigars.
guys.
Just chilling.
Hanging.
Nice.
Just chilling, man.
Nice.
Just looking forward to a relaxing evening. Glad to have you on. Glad to have you join us tonight. Are you smoking anything, Sanj? Or are you just chilling tonight?
No. I. It's too late for me, and I just finished smoking.
Oh wow.
What'd you have?
You know, I gotta get up early tomorrow. Gonna see my daughter. We're going to college. We dropped her off on Wednesday, and her school starts Monday. So I want to go see her tomorrow. So we're gonna leave early.
Yeah. Nice, man.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy. How you feeling?
Listen, I'm just fatherly feelings. It just, my dad always used to say when I had a daughter, when my daughter was born, he said, when you have a daughter, when you have a son, you got one dick to worry. When you have a daughter, you got 100 dicks to worry.
That's
It's not wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, I used to show my dad my AR-15s, and I say, "Here you go, Dad. I got an answer." He goes, "Good boy."
That's tight.
Yeah,
That's cool, Saj.
yeah,
2 daughters
But
in
thank,
college. Look at that guy.
200 dicks to worry about.
yeah.
200.
I'm not worried about it. You know, good.
What did you light up tonight, Sanj? What'd you have?
I just in my way here. I just got here about 20 minutes ago, and in my way here, I was smoking. Actually, I gotta send more to you guys. I had some old SPs I have, so I said, you know what? Let me smoke that. So that's what I did.
Nice.
Yeah.
Mm.
Cool, man. Cool. What's did anything change between those and the recent releases?
Yeah, of course. You know the old brand original one was out of Costa Rica. Now it's out of Dominican Republic. So you know, of course, it's gonna have, but it's very similar. So when we remastered the red, it almost took Chico and I almost 2 years, a little over 2 years of smoking and again and blending this that, and finally we nailed it. And same thing with black. Black is extremely similar. The only thing that you know uh is different now, we do everything with pigtail and closed foot. Back in the day, our original black, we didn't have a pigtail.
Hmm.
So even the SP black we have now, I have few with the bands, that survived the flooding. Um, that's straight, regular cap with the open foot. You know, I mean the pigtail we just added because I always liked pigtail, and I said let's just continue with that.
And you're the type to typically just like rip off the
Yeah,
pigtail. It just makes it easier to do.
yeah. I mean, back in the day, I mean, look, at very beginning, I learned how to, bite cigars. Like, so two things
Yeah.
in as far as relating to cigars, I don't own two things. I don't own cutter or I don't own
Hmm.
humidor.
Yep.
So for me, I always either I bite them or I pinch it with the nail. Depends. But I don't have a cutter. I only have one cutter that our Ovesian had gifted me. It's a Xeno Platinum 18 karat gold cutter. It's a scissor cutter, and he gifted me that,
Yeah.
but I never used it. It's still in the same pack, same box.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they used to make beautiful ceramic scissor cutters, gorgeous. Back in the day, it was expensive. I remember we were selling them back in the day for almost, I think, like $485 a cutter. But it's
Back in the
lifetime.
day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
back in the
Yeah.
day. Yeah. I mean,
Slap.
yeah, but look, I have it in the shop. Uh, that cutter's got to be about 25 years old. We just hang one so people could use it and cut it. And to this day,
Mhm.
it cuts like, we just bought it yesterday. And that's a commercial
Yeah.
use. And that's a commercial use. So, you get what you pay for. It's that simple.
Burberry belt.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Big advocate. The recent review that came out in Half Wheel on the Anthra. Well, the chat wanted to know if you had a particular feeling about that.
So look, my thing is, and yesterday in our live, so Wednesday's live I wasn't on that we do because I was at the college with my daughter, and all that came out. And look,
Yeah.
my thing is very simple. My mentality is very straightforward, and here's my simple answer. People were upset, that, and I told them, I said, no need to be upset over anything. I said, look. We sold, 25,000 cigars, and we have one complaint.
Mm-hmm.
And look, I don't know Charlie like that. I spoke to him one time. We had a great conversation, and after that, I never spoke. So it could be a lot of things. It for me, anybody who's fucking ninth grade, high school, education guy would read that, and he could see it's not Nothing to do with that cigar. It seems like a personal attack, And to me, if I have to, translate that whole thing, it's a personal attack on Eladio. I don't see anything else to it. Now,
Hmm.
look, my thing is this, right? I don't know a lot of things about, lot of things, right? When it comes to like technology stuff, my Sanji Smoke Shop page is stuck somewhere. I don't know how to do it. 2.5 years, I can't figure it out. So I'm not a technology guy, right? But
Yeah,
when
yeah.
when it comes to cigars, listen, I don't think anybody at retail end could tell. I diagnosed that whole cigar by the burn line, and there was nothing wrong with that cigar. Look at the first picture. If you analyze everything, right? Let's dissect everything, picture by picture, what he posted. If you look at the very first picture, and right, it has almost quarter-inch of ash. It's perfect ash. If you had any construction issue, you wouldn't be able to go that far. And then look at the end. He put the nub, it's smaller than the actual cigar band. He put a side by side picture. So that tells me there's nothing wrong. I'm sure you guys had a cigar with the plug that you can't even pull nothing out of it. So I know there was no issues with that. And again, look, to me personally, even look, me being me, when Charlie wrote that review, I read the whole thing, and I said same thing. I says thank you very much. And to me, I mean, look, you know, it's like the old theory. I always tell people, right? If John tomorrow becomes a billionaire and he invites all his friends, top 100 friends, and say, "Hey, come to Thanksgiving. I want to bless people. You know, have a dinner." And John hands all 100 people a brown paper bag and say, "Look, you can't open it until the last person leaves my door." And then they're all
Yeah.
outside, right? And they all open the bag. Last person gets there, and they all open the fucking bag, and then there's $1 million cash, right, for them to keep.
Hmm.
I guarantee you, 20% of the people gonna say, "Fuck, John is worth billions and billions of dollars, and motherfucker only give us $1 million." So that's a human nature. You can't satisfy everyone, and in
Sure.
that process, if it's, I don't get angry, I don't get upset over any of it. Listen, and I always tell people, whatever your opinion is, whatever your assessment is, just be truthful about it. And anybody that read it, right? I don't think they were being truthful. And what happened in this process, right? So you have to also look at who's behind the project, right? I mean, if you working with Rolls Royce not going to jeopardize that name by making something, worth 74 points. Now,
Yeah.
and then I went on his whole thing. I mean, what he has rated higher cigars in my, I said it openly. I said to their owners, I see you producing garbage. So, look, it could be a lot of, it could be a lot of things. I'm not gonna assume anything because assumption is mother of all fuck up. Whatever the reason, whatever I don't know. They have an issue. Listen, also this is other people's theory. Oh, Davidoff's a big sponsor of that, right? And they might have said something to them and say anything, a lot of your stuff. And look, to me, I don't believe in any. People assume. Like Matt came out with the mustache, and all of a sudden, I'm like, what the fuck is he gay? But people think whatever they want, right? And to me, it's not affecting me one bit. I mean, I, it's meaningless to me. You know?
Mhm.
My mustache has no effect on you, Sanj.
No, no,
Absolutely
no. You
no.
know what I mean?
Just like
Or
the Entre review. Just like the Entre review.
Absolutely,
No effect.
format sexuality.
absolutely. You know what I'm trying to say, brother. But
Exact. Yes.
but my point,
Yes.
my point is, a lot of people that who know us and know what we stand for and what we do, they were all upset. I mean, you look at their own posts, and a lot of people defended me. And I didn't even know that this had happened.
Mhm.
And then people join in our live, and you see people actually posting Antras, and they're like, and I told a lot of people, they were using, F HW, and I said, no, 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 you can't do that because you can. My theory is this: if dog bites you, you can't bite the dog back. Dog did what he's, it's gonna make a mistake. I mean, to me, it's okay. It's fine. Again, so this is another thing happened. Since that review came out, we sold more Antras in 2 days than fucking we ever sold. That fast. I couldn't figure that out. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So I don't think it matters. I don't think it means anything. I don't know why it happened, and I wish he I have elaborated a little bit different to it's very confusing, right? So what he's trying to say and what he's doing, if you look at that whole thing, he just bashed TDC factory. Now, what they don't understand, what a lot of people don't understand, yeah, a lot of companies, great companies, they make a lot of product for a lot of people, right? Where we're different is everything that we have is proprietary blends. So companies have nothing to do with it other than they roll it. It's our standards. Is this is the weight I want on my cigars, and we weigh everything, we draw test everything, even with art. The SB Silver, right? We 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 just using art place to roll tobacco. Tobacco's
Yeah.
ours. We tell him, and even he said, in the beginning, I could show you the conversation. It's like, son, this is going to be too tight of a draw. And I said, no, this is what I want. He said, but
Yeah.
nobody makes it that heavy of a cigar. And I said, I don't care about somebody else. I'm competing. There is no. I don't feel any brand owners or any brand as a challenge to me because I'm not competing with them. I always tell people I compete with myself.
That's how it should be.
And so to me, it doesn't matter. I mean, and then again, yesterday people wanted my opinion, and I said same thing. I said, listen, I'm not upset. I said you have to understand. I was when I before my accident, I was a Ferrari guy, right? I'm a certified Transat race car driver. I had a lot of antique Corvettes, but I was a big Corvette fan, but I was never a new Corvette fan because to me, and then not everybody likes caviars, so yeah, caviars are expensive, but is it everybody have that taste? So you could put somebody $5,000 a fucking half an ounce caviar in front of somebody and say, here, try this, and they might fucking throw up. So
Yeah.
it's okay, it's an opinion. So to me, I don't know why people in a way are so sensitive about something like that. And to me, I could take criticism. Listen, I always tell people, you know, my town, they wanted me to run for mayor. And I said, listen, my heart's too good. I could never be, a politician. I know myself, you know, and to me, I take criticism well, and, it's okay. I have zero issue with Charlie, and, they're great guys, but people who understand bottom line, they just fuck that whole, their integrity is gone. For whatever reason that was done, integrity is gone. Because now, if they did something influenced by other company because they don't get along with their, ex partner or ex blender or whatever, then guess what? That's nothing to do with us, right? And and again, look, 74. I wish my high school English and math score were that high, so I'm okay. I have 67 more scores. I was terrible at math, algebra. Who the
Yeah.
fuck uses algebra? I always used to fail.
Yeah.
But to me, in all honesty, did not even affect me one bit. The thought not even came to my head. Say, what the fuck? Let me pick up the phone and call him. No, absolutely not. I was happy with it. Actually, sales went up, right? And
Yeah.
one thing out of the whole entire thing, that what made me proud is that I never knew how many people are like your well wishers, right? And so many people defended me on that, and I was mind boggled. I'm like, I don't even know these people, but they know, they follow us, they follow our life, they know what we stand for, and they all defended me, and I'm like, what? And
Yeah.
that was a proud moment for me. I mean, look, I don't consider myself I consider myself hardworking, you know, guy. That's it. I don't consider myself, I feel embarrassed, like, when people say, "Hey, can you sign my box?" And I actually ask Rob, Angel, anybody. I feel very embarrassed. I'm like, listen, I'm nobody. There are better people in your neighborhood. You should be getting their signature, and I never considered myself to be like, celebrity, or no, fucking, I make cigars. What the fuck? I work like an animal, I
Yeah.
get up 4 in the
Yeah.
morning, and I work all day. And again, it's okay, if you don't say, and again, look, my thing is very simple, I'm blessed, and my dad always used to tell me, he said, if when you feel you're blessed, extend your table, don't raise your fences,
Ah, love that.
you know,
Love that, Sanj.
yeah.
Something that was weird to me reading that, and by the way, Sanj, we can move on from this whenever you want to, man. But
Yeah, no,
some,
no, I don't mind it. Listen, I wouldn't say anything that I wouldn't say to their face. And that's one thing about me. A lot of people, they find me rude because I speak the truth. And if you can handle the truth, I mean, look, the attack, I don't think it, I don't take this as an attack. I don't take this as anything. I just take it as what it is. And that's all there's to it. So my simple theory is we sold 25,000 cigars. This is the first complaint. I fucking won. I don't care how
yeah,
you slice it.
yeah.
Yep.
Something that was weird to me about reading that was how in depth they went to the weight and the length of the cigars. Like that was,
Yeah.
I've never seen them do that.
Yeah.
That was bizarre.
Yeah.
Especially considering I know the quality control y'all put on those things. And
Yeah.
I've never, and I'm not bullshitting. I've never had a cigar from you that had a bad draw. And so
Yeah.
it was just,
And again, look,
it was weird.
John, I always explain to people, no matter how much you do, no matter you could give your 1,000%, what people still need to understand is everything's handmade.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
it could change. I mean, look, yeah, we work very hard at it. Since 1992, my cigar is the only fucking cigars in the market that came with guarantee, right? And
Yep.
here's a greatest answer to Charlie, if he and I hope he's listening. Greatest answer, so he knows that who we are and what we stand for, and what we do is, look, SP 1014. And this is the craziest thing. Most people think that we just came out with that cigar 2 years ago. They don't know that our cigar existed in 1992, late 2008, early 2009. Cigar companies at the time who was making, I'm not going to mention the name because they're still in the business, but
Yeah.
they couldn't give me my construction. So respectfully, I said, look, I know this is wrong. Consumer would never known, especially the way today's cigars coming out of factories. What we took off the market was 100 times better. And they couldn't give me the construction. So I said, look, I can't do this. I'm a self-conscious guy. And I said, I can't fool someone. Consumer would
Hmm.
never known. And we were at that time, we were selling 900 to million cigars without internet, without Facebook, without any of that. And we still decide to do the right thing and take it off the market. Go find me one fucking company today. I don't give a fuck how big and how, legacy brand they are and how old the companies are. See if their principles and their morals and their ethics are same as ours. No, I'm nobody. Listen, I never told anybody that I'm somebody. All I tell people is I'm a hardworking Republican. That's it.
Good man, Sanj. Good man.
Yeah. So I mean,
Well said.
yeah. So for me, it's like anything else. Whatever your full time job is, you give your 100%, and you're gonna fuck up, and it's okay. I tell my kids, make mistake. I tell my kids, don't learn from somebody else's mistake. Learn from your mistakes.
Yeah.
And that's a different mentality. People say, oh, you should learn from other people's mistakes. No, that doesn't work. And that's all is to it. I left. Listen, on Wednesday when I said goodbye to my daughter, I said last word to her. I said, honey, no matter what you do in life, it's okay, long as you don't do anything dishonest to anyone or to yourself, and I'm okay with it. And
Good advice, man.
yeah. I mean, look, education. What the fuck is that? Nothing. what you use in a college. If you're not going to be engineer, doctor, specific field, you don't need a fucking degree. I'm a ninth grade dropout, you know,
Yeah,
and
that's
that's all
awesome,
it's
man.
for, you know. So, idea is people could say whatever they want, and it's if Charlie would have bothered do a little bit of research and say who we are and where we stand for and where we coming from, then I guarantee you opinions things would have been different. You know, and again, I don't see attack to me. I see attack to Eladia because you don't mention companies that that make cigars. If you look at companies and you want to fucking mention, there are a lot of companies make cigars. I could give you 20 companies, and legacy
Hmm.
brands. And
Yeah.
what? That's not my business. Look, if you do what you do, and I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do, and that's all is to it. You know.
Good stuff, man.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
I
Well
mean,
said.
yeah. I
Appreciate you
mean,
getting into that.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I said appreciate you. Yeah, just getting into that, man, and sharing just your thoughts on it.
Yeah, I mean, listen, that's one thing has always bothered me, and this is from like I'm telling you guys from bottom of my heart. Like cigar makers, brand owners, they think who the fuck they are. You're nobody. You know, again, look, after all, I'm not a pizza maker. I went to a fucking pizzeria and I told the guy, I want this, I want this, I want this, and I want this. Bottom line is, I didn't make it. I'm not taking credit. I never take credit.
Yeah.
Master behind it, yes, of course, I know what I want, you know, and I know I have my standards, and you work with that and
Hmm.
you work around it and don't cut any corners. Go take, and this is challenge for anybody, not just you guys, anybody that's listening. Take my size cigars, take SP Red Robusto, SP Red Toro, and my Lanceros or black anything, and
Yeah.
size for size, take any legacy brand and put it on a fucking that crackhead scale, that digital scale, and see who weighs consistently. Go ahead, go find me
Yeah.
that. So
Yeah.
and you see, I cut open my cigars. How many brand owners have you guys in your entire smoking experience have seen a brand owner randomly just cut open a fucking cigar? We do it
You're the
because
one, Sanj.
because I have nothing to hide.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely. And to me, like this whole thing is just it's nothing but good news for you.
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
because and like the sales went up because people stepped up and people said, "Hey, that's not reflective of my experience."
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
this is a much different cigar that I had, and
yeah,
people want to find out for themselves
yeah,
and
yeah.
like just realize how special of a cigar that is.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, here's the thing, right? I mean, for us, it's a good thing because it's more money to give away, donate, and it's good. But if anything, so there was a cigar we made, right? About 2 years ago, right after we launched Red, we made a cigar, and it was very well known, brand owner. And he says to me, "Sons, give us an opportunity, work with us." Everyone in industry, Jose Blanco was on my live about 3 weeks, 4 weeks ago, and Jose told everybody, he said, "Listen, if there is one person in industry is honest, straightforward, is Sans Patel." And people know that about me, and that's why everyone likes to work with me. My money gets delivered there. We don't make fucking 200, 300, 400 cigars. We make 300, 400, 500,000 cigars. Money gets
Yeah.
paid. Everything's legitimate. I don't ask them, and I go there and I tell them these are my standards. If you can't do it, I can't work with you. I don't care who you are. And they couldn't work with us, and they made us some samples, and then I smoked them, I cut open, and I said, "This is not acceptable for me." And they're like, "Well, we could change." I said, "No, you had one chance. I came here, I spent 3 days with you, I explained everything what I wanted, I gave you a blend, and all you have to do is comply by that." And they couldn't do it. So we're not working with them, and their name is big, and you see a lot of cigars people coming out with today. All of a sudden, and it's garbage. 14, 15, $16 cigars. I mean, come on, But again, look, this is America, right? You do what you want. No matter what you're looking to sell, and if it works for you, however you're making it, I really don't care. Long as I don't follow nobody else's footsteps. Long as I'm doing things honestly, and I always said it, even when I came on your live very first time, I told you guys I have three issues: morals, ethics, and principle. If I feel the Antra cigars, 25,000 cigar, there was something wrong on my daughter's grave, that cigars would never left that shop. And that's how much pride I take in my stuff. Listen, I tell people all the time, my name is everything.
Yep.
And it just people need to understand, where the backstory comes from, and these people think that, we just came out with cigars 2 years ago, a cigar shop making a cigar. Listen, when we were making cigars, there was, Nick Perdomo wasn't even around.
Because he started in 93.
Yeah.
Year after, yeah.
And Rocky wasn't there, CAO wasn't there, Tatuaje wasn't there, Nick Malello wasn't there, Steve Saka wasn't there, Luciano wasn't there. Nobody even knew who the fuck Hochi Blanco was back in the day. Nobody knew who AJ Fernandez was.
Yeah. You were the original Indian in the cigar industry, Sanj.
Absolutely.
The OG.
Yeah, and after me, Kaiser came. With Gurkha.
Okay.
And Kaiser and I worked a lot together, back in the day. And we done some great work. I have done some good work for him.
Yeah.
And Lars, I helped him a lot. Lars cigar was the only first cigar that used Corojo wrapper. Back in the day, Corojo was garbage.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And even Lars on his own live, he'll tell people to this day, if it wasn't for Sanj, I couldn't do it. But so these are the people that don't know anything, and they just come up and say, okay, cigar shop guy owns a fucking cigar. Like, no, go back.
There's more to it than that. There's a lot more.
Absolutely. And I always tell people, look, today, if this same situation was 20, 25 years ago, I could understand. Today, you got a world in palm of your hand. Google fucking Sanj Patel, and it comes up, and that's all it. But, it's okay, My thing is, before you pass judgment, always do due diligence on people. See who they are, and find me one person as ethical as me in my industry, and they all tell you none. They themselves tell you we can't do it.
Yeah.
Sanj, who do you think is really young that just kind of started out in the first few years that you really like the stuff that they're making?
You talking about now, or you talking about back in the day?
Right now.
Right now, I mean, look, I love Nick Malello stuff. I love I mean, young guy. I like Robert Cordwell stuff. And what I like about Cordwell is the way his style of working. And Robert and I get along very good, and because he looked for right merchandise. He looked for, when he started Lost and Found, it wasn't like the way today's everything's working. You go there and say, hey, what you made 2 months ago, what is overrun, and let's buy it, and it becomes Lost and Found. No. When Robert Caldwell told you this cigar is from 2017, that fucking cigar was from 2017.
Yeah.
And the unfortunate thing with this business has happened, and I've seen it. Listen, I've been doing this over 3 decades. The pride is gone. Mm-hmm. The pride is gone in every level.
All money.
Oh yeah,
all money.
That's all it's to it. That's all it's to it. And I always talk to my industry guys, and I said, you guys, you pricing yourselves out of it. If you could still do and maintain same prices from 1992, and guess what? We don't make millions and millions of cigars like they do. We make 250,000 cigars per size, and that's it. And we're happy with it. I'm not doing it for money. I'm doing it because I love what I do.
Hmm.
We got another good question from Syndrome. He says, Sanj, what's a new shit? What new shit are you buying now, and that's worth aging in your opinion?
Well, so we just bought a lot of tobacco from Edgar, and this is, you know what, I could talk about it because now we have it. We're probably the only one going to have this tobacco. It's it's uh it's it's we don't know whether we're gonna use it as a binder or wrapper. We're waiting, but most likely, Edgar, according to Edgar, and according to Chico, and according to Eladio, and according to Don Leo Ray, we could use that as a wrapper. We're just making it. It's a Habano Mexican San Andres.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
Nice. Yeah, that's cool.
So wait. Habano from San Andreas?
Yes.
Interesting.
No one has it.
Is that? Yeah, I was like, I don't think I've ever heard of that. But, I mean,
This is the first time, and the tobacco. I think
Whoa.
Matt, they sent you the picture videos a while back with that tobacco when we bought it, right?
Yeah. Edgar's. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Interesting. Cool.
and the most exciting blend that we're working on. I mean, I'm just I had couple stuff. We smoked it. Actually, Chico sending me some more. Is the collaboration that we're doing with Chico, Eladio, and myself.
Nice.
I like it. I
Yeah.
like the sounds of that already.
Yeah, and we talked about it. I said, I don't care what you guys do. That's the God. I do not want to sell it more than $12, and they were laughing.
I gotta ask you guys, the other guys, real quick. So, Sanj, originally when we're coming on tonight, we are gonna smoke Dunbar.
Yeah, that's fine.
I gotta ask the guys real quick. This thing is super peaty for me. How are y'all liking this sitcom?
It's for me. It's okay. It's it's medium body, chocolatey, little bready. It's overall pretty enjoyable for me. You're not liking it?
It's not hitting my palate very well. Yeah, I got some good chocolate notes at the beginning, but it's going real peaty for me right now. But
Light up a Sanj cigar. Fix your palate. Light up something from Sanj.
I'm about to light up an Entra.
I got Oreo
There you
towels
go.
right here next to me, ready to go whenever I'm done.
Yeah.
Smoke.
I'm
Look,
about
I always advise people: you should only smoke what makes you feel good.
Yeah.
And that's
This is
what
making me feel very good right now.
You also
This is
had
weird.
you had the Bellicoso, right? With
Yeah,
torpedo?
yeah. And I like Dunbarton. I'm a fan. I've never had the Syncom. I haven't heard great things about this particular Vitola. I think this is the one most people aren't huge fans of anyway. So it's not for me. Just not for me.
Your face says it all, John. Your face says it all.
So, I'm almost done. And dude, it's pairing terribly with that brandy, man. Oh my gosh, it's really not pairing with that well. So
Yeah.
anyways, it's fine. It's all good.
Yeah, move.
I just
Keep
wanted
it
to
moving,
check
man.
in on that. Yeah.
Grab an
Yeah.
Antra.
Yeah, I'm gonna go do that. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Fix your palate. Fix your palate.
Yeah, I'm gonna swish around some brandy.
You should have been drinking scotch, John.
Yeah,
It would have been fine.
I should have been.
Yeah, I just had the. I told Sanj earlier I had the SP 1014 silver a couple nights ago. It was a great. It reminded me so much of the wet pack that you had sent earlier, and I'm glad. I was so glad lighting that thing up. I'm like, this is it. This is the exact same thing that I was hoping for.
Yeah.
And $11.
Yeah.
For the Toro.
10, 11, and 12. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's the thing. When I first we put together, actually Angel had asked me, and he says, what you looking for? I said, I want to do something different. I said, my favorite milkshake was malted milkshake, and I said, I want that flavor. That's exactly what we got.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you know, has that vanilla, has that cardamom, has a lot of Indian spices. You know, like a lot of exotic spices. It has. If you ever tasted a saffron string by itself, it has that sweet, bitter taste to it. That's a back end to it.
I'm tasting some bitter shit right now. I don't drink Sanj, and I just took a little sip of scotch.
That's all
So
right.
as soon as you said bitter finish, I'm like, my mouth is like,
Yeah.
but yeah, the silver, great cigar. I've seen the Segovia de Esteli.
Yeah.
I've seen their band before. I've seen their logo before, but I don't think I've ever had any of their cigars. Why did you want to work with them?
Well, because so believe it or not, we actually had a big issue. So we purchased this
Mhm.
fucking tobacco, right? And and the guy who we purchased it from didn't have a lot of his paperwork online, you know, and government there is like, no, no, no. And that's why, look, even if you look at the half year report, we were supposed to launch that cigar 15th of last month, and we just got it. And we ran into a lot of like, you know, legal issue with the government. I mean, in our part, everything we had done to take that tobacco, actually, we were supposed to take that tobacco to Chico. And then we had to
Okay.
come up and I said, hey, we got to find someone. So I called Dr. Quanco, and Dr. Quanco's like, look, Sanj, we're very busy. I can't, you know, work with that. And then, you know, I'm like, okay. And then Art and I, we know each other. And I call Art and I said, Art, this is the situation, but I said, this is what I need. And, you know, these are my standards. And this is, and he says, all right, let me just, you know, make some cigars out of his own tobacco. You see the construction and stuff. And if you approve it, whatever needs to go. So at the very first, with Art and I, with just cigars that he made just to see the construction part of it. And
Okay.
then, you know, we went back and forth. And then finally I said, Art, this is what I need. And he said, okay. And then, you know, he nailed it. Second time he nailed it. Second samples he sent me, he nailed it. Then, you know, we put the blend together. I said, this, and this. And he had an access to very old fillers in it. You know, there are two binders in it, Nicaraguan and Mexican, you know. And I said, yeah, that's, you know, and I said, but I want that sweet, you know, taste to it. And he said, I got something perfect for it. And that's exactly, you know, where we came out with it. And I said, fuck it, go roll with it. And then even after we made the cigar, originally the cigar was supposed to come out in January of this year.
Yeah.
And we had everything ready. And then we froze the cigars. Then they shipped it. Then the fucking their government said, no, new rules started. We have to freeze it for you. So from the fucking airport, we had to ship it back to their facility. It was like 10 cents or 8 or 9 cents per cigar to freeze it for 72 hours. And, you know, it wasn't the money part of it at that time. It was just like disappointment, you know? Like here, you're the government, you telling us what to do. We comply with everything. And then, you know, you're pulling the fucking, you know, and it goes, oh, but that rule was 6 months ago. It changed now. It's okay, then I should be fucking grandfathered into it. Nicaragua, one thing I learned that they don't understand what grandfather clause mean, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and that was the thing. And, you know, look, Art's a great guy, you know, and he's like, can I put my logo on the box? And I say, yeah, of course, if I could help somebody. But I say, on a band, you can't put your name. And that's why we didn't put his name on the band.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, he was part
Yeah,
of it. He was part of the project, but he's not part of the project, you know?
Yeah. I get it.
John earlier said, Cigar Alchemist, no pressure on that Entra construction.
Looks like it's going mighty fine so far.
Draw is fine. Everything's fine. damn tasty to me so far.
DJ, you can finish watching Wolverine and Deadpool, bro.
Are you
We
still,
appreciate all the help, but if you're in watching a movie with your wife, watch the movie.
bro?
Are you in the
this is not
theater?
this is not a good judgment on that movie if you're in here right now.
Yeah, please watch the movie. It's a good one.
He was saying it
Oh,
wasn't. He
shit.
said he doesn't. He's saying he doesn't like it.
Yeah,
He
he
said
didn't
the-
like fanfare or whatever, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. It was good.
But I've had 2 silver so far. Construction's been fantastic on each of them. The pre-release and then the one I had a couple nights ago.
Yeah, I mean, look, that's the thing. We try to look. My thing, even at the Antra, as Angel, it took me almost 3 months to even say fuck it. I tried everything to lower the price on that cigar.
Yeah.
But we couldn't do it. We couldn't do it. I mean, one side we want to raise money. If it was my own project and we did something limited, I didn't give a fuck if I didn't make a single penny on it. I just wanted people to experience something, good, for the right price. And that's our thing. Look, all honesty, Chico and I, about a month ago, Chico was here. We spent a lot of time together working on that SP Red Maduro. And Chico's like, you got to come out with expensive cigar. And I said, Chico, that is one thing I am against.
Yeah.
I said, what would change if he came out with, if he labeled something $25? Can we sell it? 100%. Would I do it?
Oh yeah.
Absolutely not.
No.
Would our cost would be different at factory level? He goes, yeah, maybe somewhere from 25 to 30 cents a cigar. I said I could take that loss.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like you'll make limited edition releases, but they're not limited edition prices.
Right. No.
They match everything else.
Yeah.
We're doing really well on this Antra so far. No bullshit.
Poor Charlie.
The Lancero that got me to love Lanceros.
Yeah,
that's the one right there.
Yeah.
That's because it's like the biggest Lancero that you can possibly.
Yeah, with the 43.
Yeah. Last time that Lancero was made was the Davidoff Dom Perignon pre-embargo Davidoff, and
probably early 80s.
Yes, and
wow,
and that cigar, I always loved that cigar, right? And also, I'm one of those weird guys that everything that I do has to make sense, right? So if you look at 743, add those numbers. 14.
Okay.
And
yeah. There you go.
1014.
1014.
Okay.
Good question in the chat. If you could only pick one of your boxes, one of your brands to age, which one would it be? And
I wouldn't age any of my brand because here's most people what they don't understand is how some people say, oh man, I bought this box, I'm going to keep it for 3 months, it didn't taste right. Guess what? The cigar, by the time it comes into a consumer's hand, there is nothing you can do to enhance that cigar for better. In process, by you keeping cigar, what you're doing is you actually contaminating your cigar with other stuff, right? So yes, of course, and it's proven study, 85% is psychological because you kept it and said, man, I kept it for 6 months, 3 months, 1 year, it tastes good. And look, I just sent Matt, and I'm going to send out more. I told Matt I was just too busy, and I just was looking for something. I didn't even think about because he always sends you guys stuff. I didn't even think about it, but I'm going to send it. Now, when you smoke that SP from 92 and light up that black to black and red to red, and you'll be like, what the fuck? This is not, but it's not supposed to change. If you ask anybody who's in this level, Jose Blanco would tell you, same answer. He said, you cannot age tobacco. Everything is dead. You have to do it at the Palone stage. You can't do it. Once cigar is made, there is nothing you're going to do. So all you're doing is, a lot of times it's 85% psychological. And that's why, look, none of my cigars, Matt, the cigars that you got, those cigars has never seen fucking humidity and they feel fine, correct?
They feel perfect.
Right. Consistent temperature, and I keep everything in my basement and that's all there's to it. So I don't
Assange.
believe, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Your basement though has to be like perfect humidity though, right? Like your basement's got to have humidity.
No, there is no humidity. You come there is no humidity. There is nothing.
Okay, but I mean like natural humidity, right? Like if you put a hygrometer in there, it would read
by
something.
by probably 45%.
Okay.
But don't forget, all my stuff is closed box, sealed boxes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody's together as a family.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, aging, I wouldn't age anything. My thing is the day you release it, look, it's like me telling, and this is the worst thing that I hate telling people. Would you go out and buy a Mercedes Benz and dealer tells you can drive it for the next 6 months? So why you have to wait on the cigars? Cigars should be, you buy the fucking box, rip it open, light that bitch up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know,
Now,
but dude, that Casa Magna you sent with the 16 years of age was pretty damn good.
okay, that's never seen humidity.
Yeah, but it was aged.
But that's nothing changed. If you smoke the original Casa Magna, I mean, back in the day, and if you were to write a note, there is no changes on that thing other than the paper bag that I actually opened it on one of your live, and I just left it there. and when time came, I shipped it.
I
to you.
got you. I got you.
Yeah.
If you recall, if you had the original then and now, you wouldn't know any difference.
Yeah.
That's my point. Yeah, it has the age on them. We all have fucking age on them, but it's nothing changing to it. That's my point. Like if you think, man, this is better than back in the day. No, if back in the day that cigar was garbage, then it's garbage today.
Yeah, that's fair. Because I guess what I'm comparing it to is the recent Casa Magnas I don't enjoy as much.
Right.
But the ones back then I liked a lot. So that's probably what
that one was actually blended by Chico Rivas. Most people don't know that.
Yep.
Chico is responsible for a lot of #1 cigars on Cigar Aficionado list.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Look at that construction.
Wait a sec.
Yeah.
and it tastes phenomenal, dude.
I mean, that was the turning point for Charlie. He got the first third, no problem. So
Yeah.
I should send him, a few more boxes and say, hey, enjoy.
You should do it. I'm excited, dude. I'm most excited to try that charisma. I'm a sweet tooth, so when you say
Charisma straight out, that charisma. So the problem that we run into with charisma right now, actually the box that I send Matt, I wanted to send more, but I don't have any. So actually that box, I was home and actually my daughter said, Papa, there's cigars, here. And I'm like, what? And I must have put it there, doing something, and I left it there. So charisma soon came, right? Within 2.5 weeks, we sold every single cigar out.
2.5 weeks.
2.5. Look, and that was the 40,000 cigars on charisma, 10,000 of each.
Yeah.
And 2.5 weeks, everything was gone. And then what happened with that cigar? The same thing happened to everything else, right? So people bought it, and then a lot of people, they have enough faith in us. So now it's a point. Oh, Stan's coming out. Just give me 2 boxes, right?
Yeah.
So with the charisma, people couldn't believe because I always said it is the straight out sugar cane, right? And people like, no, impossible. Once they got the first box, Next thing you know, Rob's like, listen, this guy ordered like 5 boxes. And I'm like, okay. I don't pay attention to his business. But in 2.5 weeks, everything was sold out. And then I was busy with my own stuff. I have a lot of construction going on at my house right now. They're doing a new pool and they ripped everything out. They did a new deck with the actual stones. I didn't want a traditional deck. I want something. So they did a 1x2 actual stone deck, you know. And you know, if you see construction shit is still here. This is the floor, dude. This everything's ripped out. There's no railings, no nothing.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, but so it just sold out, and same thing happened with silver. Silver came, and 80% inventory is gone. And then Charisma, we have to change the boxes because the company who made our Antro boxes and Antro and Charisma wood boxes. We told them, hey, we sold out. Make more boxes. Like, hey, sorry to inform you, we're out of business. So now Charisma, we're converting into a 5-pack, and it should be ready. I told Emmanuel, ban some cigars as soon as the time comes because we let it sit in the factory uh, for some time, and he's like, listen, it's not ready, and I said, okay, whenever it's ready. So I give him the instruction. I said, if the boxes come, the cardboard boxes, then you pack it and send it. If not, and cigars are ready, just fucking send me the cigars because people want cigars. I don't have a single charisma.
So there, the chat is asking about how Matt, myself, John, sometimes we do state in some of our reviews that some of the cigars that we taste right away, we feel as though that they could benefit from resting a little bit longer. I think that the clarification that they want from us, because it seems as though that they want us to push back on the whole entire aging thing. And I think that the problem is that not all of the cigars that come out now are aged to their full potential before they're shipped. So when we say things like the cigar
rush.
could benefit from more rest, right? Like
Mhm.
I think that the happy medium that we're trying to accomplish here is that when we say like an Andalusian Bull tastes better 3 years down the road, or a Liga Privada tastes better 3 years down the road with some age, it's because of the fact that 10 years ago or 5 years ago, when you bought a Liga Privada or an Andalusian Bull, they were probably rested a little bit longer before they were sent out.
Mhm.
And I think that both, to Sanja's point, what he's saying is that your cigars that you get should be ready to smoke. You shouldn't
Right.
have to wait on them. And that you're probably not doing any benefit by having to wait on them. What
Mhm.
we're saying is that a lot of the stuff that we taste now that we tasted 5 and 10 years ago tastes rushed in
So
comparison to what it was.
yeah. So so that answer is very simple, right? So here's the thing: we once our cigars are made, it's rested for full year, 365 days, right? So in the very beginning, we ran out of Lancero, within like 3 months, and I called Chico and I said, Chico, we need Lancero. He goes, no, it's not age. We rest everything. So we taking that. So what you guys saying, today, listen, if legacy companies are resting the cigar once it's rolled in the aging room, if they're resting for 60 days, consider yourself extremely lucky. And that's where that problem comes in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For them, it's money because more they hold it, they're losing money.
Mm-hmm.
Right
And
now,
I think that AZ has a good point too, but it really applies to Cubans specifically because Cubans undergo an additional maturation, an additional aging in box together as
right,
they're being shipped out, right?
right,
So and we know that a lot of stuff is being rushed from Cuba big time,
yes,
right? So it's probably never been more important than ever than for
right.
those cigars to stay in that box and
Hmm.
achieve an additional maturation period to overcome what was previously called a sick period that could happen whenever, but now
Right.
it seems as though it's like as soon as they ship.
Yeah.
right, AZ? I mean, you can comment below too, AZ. I know that you're a wealth of knowledge on Cubans. It's just in my experience in Cubans over the last 20 years how I've felt as well.
Well, John, by the way, nice ash. Yeah. So here's the thing, right? So, I have deep roots with Habanos and stuff. So I know a lot of process.
Because I got whiskey.
So what Habanos, in my opinion, I'm not a big fan of Habanos. I never was a big fan of Habanos for a few reasons. They don't have the aging process that we do. If you go to, El Laguito at Partagas factory, right, or Cohiba factory, the cigars are rolled, they band it, they put it in a box, and they ship it out. So whatever they shipping it to, their first client, distributor, right? They hold those cigars, but they do not hold the cigars because they also invested money and they want to turn the money around. As far as cigar coming to consumers' hand, from factory to consumers' hand, nobody ages process is better than like our domestic. When I say domestic, like Nicaraguan, Honduras, Dominican,
Well,
New World.
Yeah.
New World.
like right, and that's all is to it. So I think look, here's the thing: is Cuban cigars what it is all made out to be? 25 years ago, if you were to ask me that question, I would say yes. Today, no. I mean, I get a lot of limited rare stuff because I collect cigars. So to me, I just buy stuff just for sake of having to have it. Now you notice something. See, here's the first time, right? Anytime you need any proof, you have to go back and look for the breadcrumb, right? Little breadcrumb. When the fuck did you guys know that Cuba made 56, 60 ring gauge cigars?
It wasn't a thing until probably about 12, 14 years ago. Like,
Wasn't it the Bahique?
The Bahique was like one of the catalysts, and then also the regional exclusives too.
Right, but when did Bahique 56 came out? First 52, 54s came out.
Yeah, 2008,
Right.
2007.
So what is their whole motto goal? And then they came out with the Monte Cristo Suprema. Then they came out with the Monte Cristo Eagle, which also had larger ring gauge. Then they came out. You see the Upman, the book series, is 60 ring gauge.
Damn.
How big were the Monte Cristo Opens?
Monte Cristo Open was 56.
Yeah, that was another one.
Yeah. So, they're not gearing towards their market because Europeans and Arabs, they don't like big ring gauge cigars. My number one selling cigar in Arab and European market is an SP 1014 Lancero.
That makes sense.
Number two, Torpedo. Americans don't like that, right? But that's the number one selling Vitola in Arab and European countries. Not double Corona, not little Coronas, not petite Coronas, not Siglo 1, not Siglo 2, not Siglo 3. If you're not into the business, most people don't even know those cigars exist. How's that burn on that cigar, John?
Dude, it's great. The flavor too, man. There's and this one's a little bit different than the one I had on my review, but there's a really prominent like creamy sweetness to the cigar, man. Like there's a real sugar, like a slight sugary sweetness behind tobacco. There's that fruity note. For me, it was more of a grapefruit on the first review that I had. There was more of that sour citrus for me. This one's a bit creamier than the other sample I had, man. I'm really enjoying this one a lot. So.
Yeah. But how's the construction issue going?
It's terrible.
The construction issue.
It's so bad, dude. Look at this. It's just. I mean, look at that. The burn line is just bad. It's just bad.
Butter, smoking like butter.
Yeah. Don't worry. I'll send you that check. What do you got? What do you got? The old trick? You remember the old trick? They used to back in the day to just do an advertisement on a nice ash. They used to stick a wire through it and
chicken wire.
Yeah. They used to stick a wire through it, right?
Okay.
So attached.
Well, that's what I did. So,
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
when I stepped away,
Make sure
I didn't even know about that trick.
pull it out. Pull it out before you ash it. Okay, make sure we don't see it.
Right.
I don't want to lose too much credibility on this show. I'm already an ignorant noob, so I don't want to, you know, push it. But the only problem I have with it is it won't fit in my tooth gap. That's the only complaint I have right now. So it gets a 74.
It's not a Panatella. It's not a Panatella.
Yeah,
Well,
big problem.
listen, if it's perfect in a tooth gap, right? Fuck it, call it 69. You know?
Gorgeous.
I'm okay with that.
Dude, people sometimes still give us flack, like, and it doesn't happen often, but every now and then people just think we just push your shit and we're just you know, like, just because we like you, and it's just like, it's just not true, man.
Listen,
It's
just
really
actually,
good. Really
actually, just today, somebody called me right after I spoke to Matt. Somebody called me and I said, "Look, you know, a lot of people. I got so much phone call. Like I couldn't believe it. That how much people care and people like my stuff, and customers random just calling up. Great, messages after messages. Don't worry about that guy. You keep on doing what you're doing. And I was like overwhelmed by it, right? And
Yeah.
we'll talk about it. I said, very beginning, I said, I sent John some cigars, and John texted me, and he said, by you giving me this cigar, don't expect me to do a good review. Remember that? And I said, no, 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 I wouldn't want it any other way. I want you, listen, I always tell people, I'm going to be impressed by your truth, then you fucking sugarcoating the lies.
Yeah,
And that's
absolutely.
when you tell the truth and you hurt someone gets their feelings hurt. They're gonna get over it. But when you lie and they find out, then it's almost like a betrayal, right? Like fucking guy, he's a friend and he lied to me. So
Well,
I
yeah,
understand,
and from my perspective too, and part of this perspective comes from my brother who was in fine dining in restaurants, and he was like, we can't get better if people don't give us honest feedback. And
Yeah.
so for me, I'll always try to be respectful during my reviews. Sometimes I try to be funny, but like I try to still be respectful.
Yeah.
But like, how is the industry going to get better if I'm not being honest? For me, if I have a bad experience, I'm being honest about it. But it's my goal is that that feedback would be taken to hopefully, first of all, just give people an opinion, but like also.
Look, and I get a lot of calls from a lot of guys that do reviews and stuff, and they always use you guys, and like you send them stuff, and I say I don't send them stuff. I don't give a fuck if these guys said, "Hey, Sanja's cigar is worse than a fucking dog shit." I still will keep on sending them because the reason I share my good stuff because they appreciate stuff, and it's not ending up on somebody's site or some auction. They're gonna enjoy. And I said, that's it. I said to me, I don't expect anything in return from anyone. This is a great project. We have fun. I know, like, look, my basement. A few weeks ago, somebody came, and guy was talking about some rare vintage stuff, and I just listened to him, and just by him talking, I knew that he knew what he was talking about. I said, look, I'm going to show you something. And I said, you're free to take whatever you want, but you have to smoke it here. You can't take nothing with you. He walked into my basement. Guy was like, dog drooling. I'm like, help yourself to anything you want. He ended up taking, I have some H. Upman from 2000. And he said, can I take one? I said, absolutely. Open it, smoke it, long as you smoke it here. And guy couldn't believe it. He goes, dude, you could sell this. I could give you a lot of money. I said, then you can't get nothing out of my basement. It's not about money. It's about enjoying, what somebody has. And I have no issue, even if I don't know somebody, I have no issue. Long as I know that they will appreciate it and it's not going to waste, by all means, have it. That's what it's there for.
Yeah. Yeah. And I feel like that embodies the spirit of the cigar community, the good part about the cigar community. Like I'm going to post this video sometime this week, but I just had a subscriber. He sent me probably over $1,000 of cigars just to share. And it's just, and of course I'm going to pay that forward too. But I just that's one of the things I love about the cigar community.
Absolutely. And my thing is, look, we have a bunch of review guys that call me up and they're like, "Hey, can you send me free cigars?" I was talking to Matt today. I'm not going to mention his name here, but and I said, "Look, if you're doing the review, the right thing for you to do is purchase some cigars.
Yeah.
Tell me where you're located. I'll give you all. If not, then you could purchase it from luxury cigars. Sir Louis cigars. Should I smoke this, that, one guys?" And he goes, "Well, but you spend a lot of."
No.coms. No.com, Sanj.
Oh, I'm sorry. Um,
You're okay.
yeah, I didn't realize. I'm just
You're
so.
good. You're good.
And then I said, "Look," and he goes, "Why won't you know? I'm a big review guy. I'm a big influencer. This and that." I said, "Look, that's well and good, but you have to purchase cigars that you give me an unbiased review." I said, "Because to me, I send a lot of stuff, right? So I don't want you to get overwhelmed and feel some kind of way that you have to give me a good rating." And I said, "Buy it, let me know." And then guy got pissed off, and he never purchased anything, and that's all okay. But that's okay by me.
Yeah.
What a way to get off on the right foot.
Yeah.
Right?
Ask for free shit.
Yeah, I mean, and that's this is one negative thing about this community that I don't know where people get this fucking balls to just call up, especially a lot of females. I get a lot of calls, a lot of messages from females. "Hey, I'm a big influencer. Can you send me, 10 cigars?" And I'm like, "No, they fucking, you know. And then you look at their posts, right? And they got like fucking, 250 followers and 8 posts. And I'm like, what? They just looking for free stuff. And then, that's the kind of shit that I'm a type of guy. If you ask me, I'm not going to give you anything. But, if you don't ask me and I know that you enjoy stuff, I'm going to send you stuff. That's just me.
That's good stuff. I got to ask you real quick, shifting gears. Have you been to Man City? Is that a Man City shirt?
No, this is what is this? Ocean City.
Ocean City. Oh, okay, Ocean City. Okay, I thought that was like a Manchester City. So
Yeah,
I was
no.
gonna ask you English Premier League questions. So never mind.
This is, I think, my kids went last year there for a week, and they bought a bunch of hoodies because they know I like hoodies. And it's fucking really, right now by my house, it's really cold.
Okay. Cool, man.
Temperature
Cool.
drop. I live in a jungle.
Let's see.
I mean, speaking from the liquor industry standpoint, there are a lot of bars that do that. There are a lot of bars and restaurants that do that very often. You'd be surprised how many bars expect to get Weller blends and all the exclusive stuff without actually having Buffalo Trace.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And we kind of do that in the cigar industry, too. There are a lot of brands that require you to have certain facings in order to get the limited edition. Works hand in hand.
Yeah.
Dry bagging. That's a great way to
dry
call
bagging.
it. Great name. Dry bagging.
Yeah. Matt, what are you lighting up?
Yeah,
Charisma
Matt,
for the first time. My first charisma, Sanj.
You son of a bitch.
Right here.
Son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch.
Sugartown. So I've heard Sugartown.
Just retro that link, just retro that first wrapper, and it's just different level. I'm not gonna tell you. You tell me what you think.
Okay.
I don't want to put that in your head.
Let's see. I don't know how to pronounce your name, man. I'm sorry. Tell me in the chat how to pronounce your name. But my team in the Premier League is Fulham. So I am a Fulham FC fan. So one of the people who roots for one of these yo-yo teams and just gets torn every year.
Yeah. It is.
It is weird.
What shit's weird? Soccer?
B-Lock. Okay. Yeah.
B-Lock.
No, not soccer. Not that soccer's weird. No, Lawrence was talking about the bars and restaurants that ask for limited edition stuff when they don't carry the regular brands.
I'm sure in any industry you get that. I mean, that's just a people thing. You know, you just people all around just do
I
weird
think,
shit.
I think in the cigar industry, I think it became like second nature to people, and to me, I mean, I couldn't ask someone, you know, I couldn't ask someone for, if somebody wants, even at our place, like Cal Cup comes, they leave the cigars. I just leave it in the counter and give it to customers, and they tell me, and that's what we know, you know.
Hmm?
Hmm.
I'm gonna have an espresso.
Nice.
What? You're done smoking, but you're gonna have an espresso? It's like, are you one of
Well,
those people that
espresso.
drinks coffee right before bed, like me?
Yeah, I do about 11, 12 espressos a day. I could hang
Hell
this,
yeah.
take a quick shower, and go to sleep. In about 15 minutes, I'm done, gone.
Fully caffeinated coffee. You can sleep after that.
Yeah,
Oh,
Well,
dude.
espresso has less caffeine than like a cup of coffee, so you're
yeah,
good.
Either way, man. Either way,
yeah,
I mean, I'm too
yeah.
caffeine sensitive.
Well,
I wish though. I love coffee. That's cool.
yeah.
You know what I tried the other day was I was at a cigar shop and I tried cafe con leche with a cigar. That was really enjoyable. I'm not a big coffee head, but cafe con leche, it's like condensed, like foamed condensed
That's
milk
milk.
with
Yeah,
espresso.
condensed milk. Yeah,
Yeah, that
Mhm.
was really good with the cigar.
yeah. Well,
Very good so far, Sanj. The charisma, very
good.
sweet.
Yeah,
Wait, are
Very
you saying
sweet.
that the draw is okay and that the burn line is fine?
And here's the thing: the cigar is like Sanj says. Cigar should be hard like pipe. The
yeah,
cigar is hard like pipe, and it draws like a dream.
yeah.
Why do you think that he drinks espresso before bed? He's ready to go.
Oh.
Like, okay, you stay ready, you never have to get ready. That's
That's
the
right.
whole
There
point,
you go.
That's
Everybody
right.
out there in the
Perfect.
chat. I think the whiskey's starting to hit. All right, we're gonna have a good one here. Hold on, let's read.
Yes, I love lit
Hurry
Mike.
up.
Lit Mike is the best.
We're good.
Lit Mike's the best, Mike.
Sorry to everybody in the chat. Comments are gonna get a little
Oh.
crooked and screwed here.
Apparently, Peter, the Cigar Collective, is super lit right now. He was commenting earlier, so
He just made that one comment and then he vanished, though. Pete,
Made a
we need you to check in, Pete, if you're out there.
yeah.
Hopefully you're okay, man.
Bro, yeah, no, that's the true syndrome. If you have a Cuban coffee, John, you won't need to worry about anything else for the rest of the day because
Okay.
Cafecito.
oh yeah.
Okay.
That's like equal parts coffee and sugar. It'll get you right where you need to be.
The best
I'm gonna
coffee,
read
the best
here.
coffee I had in Lebanon. I couldn't stop drinking coffee there.
That makes sense.
Lebanese coffee.
I like Vietnamese coffee too.
Yeah,
I like all coffee. I really don't care. Like if it's coffee, I'll drink it.
Yeah.
yeah. Lebanese espresso, man. The way they make it, I think I drank more coffee there than water.
In the desert.
It's 80% water anyway.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
My friend goes to Europe a lot. I've never been to Europe, so I'm talking out of my ass. But he says like they don't drink water there at all. They just drink alcohol and coffee. That's it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Yeah.
He was like, if you ask them for water at a restaurant, they look at you weird and they hand you like a little plastic cup, and they're
Yeah.
like, "That's like it." So it's funny.
They know how to do it right.
yeah.
All right, Sanj. This is. I'm not nearly as well versed palate wise as you, but this is interesting. I'm actually getting a little bit of hickory on this thing. I don't know if that's normal or not, but I'm getting like a little bit of hickory wood savoriness on this now. It's interesting.
I never got any kind of wood. What I got, it's a lot of berries. The berry sweetness. That's what I got. And actually, just yesterday I was live and I seen sake of Antra. I opened up a brand new box and I smoked an Antra, and ash was like fucking half the cigar.
Yeah. Well, the sweetness is still there. Like the sweetness is still there, very much so. It's good.
Yeah.
I'm getting like a little bit of undertones of some hickory wood.
Yeah.
It's really nice. So
Fucking Hugo never gets anything. I told Hugo he can't rate my cigars.
Poor Hugo.
Poor Hugo.
That's fucking.
Poor Hugo.
Stick to your fucking lawnmowers and fucking move on. Did you see the review he did on a Steve cigar, Dunbarton? He lit the fucking tape and the cedar on top. Like how me Kurita has that cedar on the top.
Yeah.
I mean, San Compromiso, yeah. He was
Yeah,
doing
like
review on
that.
San Compromiso, and he lit that whole thing, and then he tried to play it off. I'm like, Hugo, you smoking the fucking tape? He goes, yeah, you're supposed to. I said, no. And then we corrected him. Then he did it the other day. Same shit. I said, that's it. You can't rate my cigars. No more. You can't review my fucking cigars.
Embargo. Sanj review embargo for Hugo.
I don't want to be put in the doghouse for saying I got a little hickory on this.
Hey,
That's normal. See, those, when you light, I mean, you're doing this kind of stuff. This is the detail. You have to pay attention to it. He lit that same compromiso just the way it was, with the fucking, that tape in the front and the cedar and everything. Hey, he deleted it. I think Rob still got the fucking, review. I just fucking put it out.
Also, John, you're in Texas, so it's okay for you to get hickory on all your cigars.
Yeah.
We naturally assume that you were grilling or smoking meat.
It's in the air all the time.
Hey, I am a barbecue guy too. I do smoke meat. So, yeah. Jonathan says he gets wood on it sometimes too, so that makes me feel better. So
yeah,
still very sweet, creamy cigar too. But
your experience is your experience, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I always tell people I don't worry about what I get and what somebody else get, because two different palates, right? But what I worry about, what I'm concerned about is if somebody tells me there's a construction issue, then I panic. Then I worry. But other than that, I mean, look, flavor palate is subjective. So so to me, I don't worry about that.
Sugarcane and butter, Sanj. That's what I'm getting on the charisma.
There you go.
It is. And look, once again, construction. Look at that burn line. Look at that ash. And it's smoking. Right,
but I mean,
smoking slow.
You're only at the first third. Anything could happen, right?
Anything could happen. It could blow up in the middle of it. Who the fuck knows?
Who knows?
He said in the he said in the review it took him an hour 45 minutes to get through the first third. I'm like, that's bullshit, dude. There's no way. There's no way.
Have 3 cigars back to back, 3 cigars to weigh them all. I mean, that was wild. As you know what, now that EKB has graced us with his presence, it was some nasty work. It was some nasty work what they did.
Yeah, that's all right. It's okay.
What's up, Vintage?
How's the Japan boy? Where the fuck is he? I don't see him nowhere.
He's in Japan. He's
Japan. He's still there.
He's got work. He's got work. So we got one guy in the chat who's supposed to be at work. We got another guy in the chat who's supposed to be on a date with his wife in a movie. So I don't know what's happening here, but we're just that entertaining.
There we go. Here's another comment. Sanj, how long until you felt as though that you had developed your palate? I kind of think that the answer is going to be that you're always developing your palate, but
always, every day.
You keep on going.
Yeah, look, your palate. A simple way I could explain it. Your palate is like allergies, right? Your allergies could come and go every 7 years. Your palate could change, especially somebody like me. On my normal day, I smoke 13, 14 cigars a day. And then, when I smoke, I'm looking for something different than most average cigar smokers. Cigar smokers look at it, I'm smoking this because I pay $30, so I'm going to enjoy it. I don't look at it that way. Whenever I smoke anybody's cigar, my whole outlook is completely different than average smokers. You know, is that professional mode hits on, and funniest thing happened. Uh, Chico and I were talking one day, and I said, Chico, try this. I'm not going to mention it. The cigar MSRP is $54, right? It's a
Uh,
cigar. And and Chico and I, we both said it. I said, and we cut that cigar open. And it was so much disappointment that, what was inside for $54.
mhm.
And I'm like, and it's painful, and, that's the kind of stuff that people have. A lot of smokers, they smoke because it's expensive, it's good. I smoke, any cigar, I don't care. I smoke, I always tell people, if the cigar is $3 and it's good and I like it, I'm going to smoke it. I don't smoke
Yeah.
because it costs $3 or, in the same cigar. We used to make a cigar called Section 8, right? We used to sell that cigar, Robusto, for $3, and then Toro 350, and Churchill was $4, right? And people will come and they're like, "Man, that cigar smells so good. What are you smoking? This and that." And then you give them those cigars. They're like, "Oh, give me 5, give me 10." And then when you ring them up for $15 for 5, and they're like, "What?" And I'm like, "It's $3 a cigar." And the number one thing, first thing out of their mouth, they're like, "You own a cigar shop. You smoke $3 cigars." And my answer to them, if this cigar was $30, I still smoke it.
Yeah.
It's
JT, if you have a charisma long ash, send it to either at Master Your Ash on Instagram, at Cigar Hound Dog, at Cigar Alchemist, or at Sanj Patel, and we will actually display it right here and now. If that is the truth. If you have
Yeah.
an ash all the way to the band, I will gladly post that up right now.
Mhm.
Don't get me
Sorry
in
to
that
cut you off.
technical stuff. I don't know how to do any of that.
Okay, so
Oh,
don't
we
send
got
it
you.
to Sanj. Don't send it to Sanj.
Yeah, send it to one of us. We'll put it up.
Send it to one of us. We'll do it.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about that technical shit, bro. See?
Look at that, man.
But I mean, John, the cigar could blow up at any point. I mean,
It could.
at any
I
point.
mean, yeah. I mean,
At any point. I'm just over here smoking this Oreo's tail. I mean, like, it's not a big deal. It's just,
Yeah. Yeah, we actually coming out with the Oreo spell for the Dogs Inc. So I agree. We're gonna make 30,000 cigars, and we're making 20,000 Maduro, 5,000 Connecticut, and 5,000 Cameroon in that blend. And we're gonna donate 100% money to Dogs Inc. Used to be Southeastern Guide Dog. So what they do, that's a great program. What they do, they train these puppies, and it costs them about $55,000-$60,000 before they hand it to our veterans or our severely disabled children, and it becomes a
Yeah.
guide, and it's absolutely free to that. And me being a dog lover, me being a veteran lover, me being a America first type of guy, I fell in love with the program, and I donated the whole Oyo project. We donated all the money to them, and we're going to do something bigger. And this time, last time when I made the Oreo sale, I gave 5 free cigars, and I did not calculate that loss. So we didn't make a lot of money because we had to pay for the 5 cigars plus tax and all that. So this time we're doing the same thing. It's going to be $70 a pack, 10 cigars. But this time all the Maduros are packed by itself, all the Cameroon and Connecticut. So whatever they want, they buy it. It's going to be $70 a pack. And once we know, you know, it's sold out. We know exactly what number we're going to donate.
it's awesome. It's awesome. Love the mission.
oh
dude.
yeah.
Matt, what are you getting, man? I see that hound dog face.
It's just I'm enjoying myself. I'm having a good time out here. It's very good. It's very very good. It's Sanj. Is a blend on this one proprietary as well?
Yes, everything we make is proprietary blend.
Yeah. Okay.
Charisma, the one you're smoking, Matt. Actually, Dula and I posted it when I was in Lebanon. That cigar,
Oh shit.
that cigar was actually done 2 years ago.
Damn, man. Uh, It's really good. It's really freaking good.
That cigar is $9, $10, $11, $12. There are four with all
Yeah.
of
So the Toro's $10.
Toro. Yes, Toro's $10.
Crazy. To
And
have
that's
something
all.
made Aladio's factory, $10. Come on, that's amazing.
And it's all rounded. You know, the construction's there, the amount of tobacco that required for that size is there. Everything's there.
Yeah.
So,
And the
question,
amount. So I was gonna say that the amount of tobacco adds to a more smoking experience. You get a longer smoke time.
Yeah.
Out of it too. Sorry, Mike.
No, you're fine. Just a quick question in the chat for Sanj. They wanted to know if you could serve in any branch of the military, way back in the day. What branch would you serve in and why?
So actually, right after high school, I did join Marines, and then my car accident happened. You know, and
shit.
And actually, I got my ass kicked by my uncle because I used to live with my uncle and aunt. My parents, would come here for vacation, and I signed up from the school. And one day, the recruiter guy came in full fatigue, and to take me I had to give a test, and that was the first time I sat in front of a computer. Right, the big ass computer looked like an old TV. And when my uncle came home, and my aunt said, he ran, somebody came, my uncle beat the fuck out of me. I mean, beat the fuck out of me. And he's like, you're our responsibility. You can't be going there. You have to ask your mother. We have to take your permission from your mother and father. And I'm like, and then 2 months later, my car accident happened.
Shit.
Damn.
Fuck.
Yeah. But, look, my thing is, I hate to make this, political, but here's my problem, right? And, America, I mean, I grew up here. I was 6 years old when I first came to this country. I remember, I could close my eyes and I remember my first address and how all we had a stick ball. I had a Huffy bicycle that was fucking, we used to do all kind of tricks. And that's all we had after school.
Yeah.
They had to fucking call us. And, when the street lights came on, if you didn't go home, we didn't get to eat. And, today's kids, you have to take them out. Problem today, if you look at, what changed America? Fuck the politicians, they're scumbags, they're going to do both parties. I'm a Republican. My beliefs are Republican. I believe in earning. I believe in giving people who deserve stuff, right? But here's my thing. That's one thing that I always respect about Indian community. You'll never meet an Indian badmouth this country because they know that what they can do here, they can't do it in their own country. So if this country, you find whoever the fuck you are, find that bad, go back where the fuck you came from. It's that simple. But I think the patriotism is dead. You remember back in the day, every house used to have a flag. I have a flag in front of my house, and people are like, "Oh, you must be Republican." No, I'm an American. The fuck is that got to do with anything? Like,
It's not a political thing.
Yeah, how do you disrespect where country gives you everything, gives you an opportunity? That's why you fucking come here illegally to get stuff, and then you want to badmouth this country? I can't stand that shit, man.
Yeah, I understand.
You know?
Sure, man.
And that's, look, I always, for 32 years that we in the business, Veterans Day, Memorial Day, we give out 2 free cigars. And, we just started, what we used to do like from December 15th to December 25th. But, last year we started whole month. Month of December, if you're veteran, first responder, anybody, you pay exactly what we pay, Yep. And my thing is, look, that's the one way I could give it back. You come to my town, Bloomfield, I donate a lot of tons and tons of money. My town, one day, when they wanted me to run for the mayor, I did a tour of entire town. And I said, we're missing something. And they're like, what? And I said, how come we don't have servicemen pop? In 90s, I remember it was 98. I gave $28,000. If you put this fucking 20-foot tall tower, it's dedicated to all our service. One side it says Marine, Air Force, Navy, Coast Guard, everybody. And we have a town clock that's donated by me.
No.
And I'm like, no, you have to do stuff. Memorial Day, I take pride in it. I'm American. I'm not Republican. I'm not Democrat. I'm American first. What this country, listen, you heard that term, you know, some people are born with a silver spoon in the mouth. I was born with a gold spoon in the mouth. But guess what? This country gave me everything I wanted. So how could you, say anything negative? And then again, look, you have your own parents, right? Sometimes your own parents gonna, scold you for something you done stupid. And if this country can provide what your goals are, then get the fuck back home. I don't care where you come from. And it
Yeah.
bothers me, because to me, they don't see it. You have to look at the opportunity you have, right? And that's why. Have you ever heard anybody coming into millions and millions of people every year? Why they don't go any other country? If your country's
Exactly.
fucking good and if their country is that much, then go the fuck back. You know.
Yeah.
And
I have a lot of family and friends in the military. One of my friends, he's a Green Beret. And we go hawk hunting, and he'll bring some Green Beret gear for us sometimes, and
yeah,
that he's allowed to bring. But yeah, he'll bring freaking night vision for
that listen, that just storm happened in 1992. I was the first one sending them cigars, alcohol, and my belief was this: hey, you in their country, we're Americans, you don't have to respect it. You could not come home. It's like you give the worst of the worst criminal if he's on a fucking death row, you giving them, hey, what's your last meal? Why can't our people get their last meal? Who knows who's gonna come back, right?
Yeah.
And the other day I was on live with Rob and I said something, and somebody said, "Oh, you can't say that." I said, "Listen, a lot of Americans died, so I could say what I want to say." I said, "Fuck them. They don't like it. If you're sensitive, then don't fucking come on my blog. You don't have to like me. You don't have to talk to me. But I'm not gonna change." And that's the truth. How many people died because some piece of shit scumbag that don't even live legally in this country and fucking step on the flag instead and badmouth this country? Guess what? You as an American, you should be able to punch a motherfucker in the throat and knock him the fuck out. That's just my belief.
understand.
I agree, Sanj. I agree, man.
I mean, that's
we have.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
We have people in the chat just saying, man, I gotta start buying your cigars because you're gaining some fans, Sanj.
Yeah, I mean, look, not my thing is very simple, right? Home is where you hang your hat.
Yeah.
You could grow up poor, but poor people are happy. You have to appreciate. Listen, my dad always taught us something. He said, no matter today we have everything, tomorrow we may not have everything. So you have to adjust to your life and you have to respect it. It's like, look, if one of you gets divorced and you live here and they say, hey, I got a huge place downstairs, come live with me. But look, Matt, you can't have a loud music after 9 because I go to bed early, my kids go to bed early. You have to comply with my rules and regulations, right? You don't like it, and if I tell you, Matt, find somebody else, you can be upset with me. So you come into my home, you come into my country, and you want a bad mouth, just go the fuck back. I just don't care, man. I don't care who. A lot of times people tell me, "Oh, you can't say that." No, I'm an American. I can say any fucking thing I want. If I offend you, don't fucking look at me. Don't listen to me. Don't follow me. Unfollow me. I have zero issue with it.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's why I like animals. They're more loyal.
How old is Oreo again?
Oreo's gonna be 6 November.
Okay.
Big 6.
I got my pit bull out here. She's oh man, dude, she's struggling lately. So oh man, it's been such a bummer. Like I don't know how much.
How old is she?
Last. she's turning 10 this year, but she's got Cushing's disease, which pit bulls can get. So it's just been up and down, and it's way down right now. So she might turn up again. It's just like this right now, dude. But I'm not usually a guy to like get emotional about my dogs, but dude, she is a, I know everyone says this, but she is a super special dog, man. Like she's a pit bull, so she's a beast, and she is the most loving, like sweet with our kids, like intuitive dogs. And
Yeah.
it's just
when it comes to humans and animals, right? What animals understand is, and what humans, we have a brain, and 90% of the fucking humans don't understand loyalty, right? Animals don't have, they have brain, they can't speak, they can't do nothing, but their gesture is so loyal, right? And, look, Rob from Should I Smoke This, right? He had a dog named Jack. It was, what the hell they call him? It'll come to me. Lot of police officers use that dog.
German Shepherd?
German Shepherd. German Shepherd. I never, ever, ever, ever seen anyone. I wish people took care of the parents in the old days. 1/10 of what this guy did for that dog. His dog has some weird disease that like 1 in a million dog get it. And this guy was traveling 4 hours every every other day, one way, 4 hours one way. Take jet. So this guy, Chinese doctor, could do some like special acupuncture and stuff, and it would relieve him from his pain. And this guy did this for almost 7 months before Jeff passed. And
Damn.
people like that you have to have. And he had nothing. He's not made of money.
How old was Jeff?
I'm sorry.
How old was Jeff, the dog?
I don't know how old Jet was, but it had to be up there. But it was just, the whole concept is, I think he might have it for 10, 12 years. I have to ask him, but I don't know exactly. But the care he provided, he would borrow money to pay for it. And he could. I mean, he did a proper burial. He did everything. I mean, I wish 10% of the people take care of their parents like that.
Yeah.
People don't take care of their parents like that. What does that fucking tell you about that person?
I'll tell you what, not to be a Debbie Downer, but I mean, like, we have 2 shepherds at home. One's 6, one's 5. And like our oldest one, he got diagnosed with EPI when he was about 3 or 4. And I stopped at nothing. Like it took 3 vets, probably a good $800 worth of tests to figure it out. And then like enzymes for the rest of his life. But I mean, we joined like EPI chats and stuff like that to figure out exactly like Facebook groups, all kinds of stuff. I wasn't going to stop until I found an answer. Like that's the way that it is. My German Shepherds, I love them.
Yeah.
Like
I could get up right now and fucking fall. Nobody cares. My Oreo could walk different in the morning. Wife's like, let me call veterinarian.
mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's a different, man. But
dude, this dog, this pit bull we have, she one time we had our in-laws over, and all of a sudden we hear her barking and crying and like making all kinds. And we walk over to the living room, like, what's going on? And we realized my nephew, he was a baby. He was about to fall off the couch, and she was holding him up with her body and like barking for us to come over. It was, and I'm like, dude, she's just, oh man, she's just such a good dog. But it's just stuff like that, man. Just like,
and it's like anything, that your dog, your children reflect on you, right?
Yeah.
How you treat them,
Yeah.
I saw
absolutely,
I saw Syndrome's comment. I never cried harder in my life than when I had to put down my golden 2. He was 11 years old, and I was like 19, 20 at the time. And like my dad and I just like cried the entire rest of the day. It was bittersweet.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah. I know the only thing I wish different I wish all our wives were same as dogs. Stay quiet, give us love. Stay.
Oh man, I can just see the chat firing off now. Here we go. Oh,
Oh, man.
Hello.
Look at this!
hey!
Look at this!
Hi, son.
What's up, buddy?
It's your favorite
What's
person in the
up?
world, Sanj.
You saw that Sanj was on, huh?
Yo,
Yeah.
Eno,
What's up?
can you say tatuaje for the guys?
Really?
Really? Help you. Tatuaje?
Well, first of all, I don't speak Spanish. That's number one. All right, so that right there should give me like,
You're in the wrong industry then.
All right. So I got
Dad,
another
you
question.
live in Spanish Harlem, don't you? I mean, like, what?
Eno, I got another question for you.
What's up, Sanj?
Where can you find the best chicken?
Oh man.
You know what? If you were able to eat chicken, I would let you know.
Oh, okay. Well, I want to buy it for you.
Can you tell me where I can get the best curry from?
My house. My wife makes it the best.
There you go.
You know what you're gonna light up.
I was thinking of an industry killer, but I heard you guys talking about the Antra, so I was like, let me like one of these bad boys.
I thought that looked like an Entra box. That looked like an Entra box. Hell yeah, baby.
Mine was signed a little bit more special, from Sanj.
You mean that crap
Nice, man.
74 rated cigar?
Yeah, Look, don't you know what? Don't get me started.
we already started earlier, man. So
Don't get
welcome to
me
the party.
started. Man.
Welcome to the party. That's what I'm lit up. So
I like. Well, you guys know, like it hits a little different when it hits home.
yeah.
Yeah,
So it's different. when it hits
but what do I teach you? It's
all the
just
time.
respect.
Don't take anything personal.
Nothing.
Everybody has an opinion.
Yeah.
So like.
And earlier I said it to guys. I say, Eno took it hard way, and I tell him never, because when you told me, what did I say? It means nothing.
No, it means nothing. Like I called Sanj, and I'm like, I'm not gonna say why I said on the phone, but I spoke to Sanj about it. Sanj's like, let it go.
It means more sales. It means more sales. That's what it means.
Yeah,
I got you, JT. It looks like the charisma's got a pretty good ash on it. I'm just saying. I don't know how Hound Dogs do
Yeah.
it, but
Dang.
know.
Dude,
the
looking pretty
charisma,
good.
that right, the charisma,
Hey.
that right there, that cigar
Beautiful.
right there, me. That right now is. I don't want to sound like a homer, but right now that right there is my cigar of the year right now.
It's smoking sugar. It's like smoking sugar. Straight up sugar.
It's amazing. Like
I love it. I love it, man.
I go like I looked at it, I'm smoking it, and I go, Sanj made this? Really?
You're not surprised. You're not surprised. Come on, Edo.
Remember one thing. I can't reach you through here, but sooner or later you got to come to the shop.
Yeah, I know.
Syndrome had a good question. Which industry killer should I follow this black 754 with? Bro, that's a stout cigar. So, I don't know, man. Maybe something a little lighter and sweeter. I don't know, but that might not hit your palate after you've had a heavier cigar. Yeah, Cameroon
always hits. The industry killer Habano always hits.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, I love.
They all hit. They all hit. It just depends on what you're in the mood for.
Mm-hmm.
So, Matt, what do you think so far?
The charisma's money. It's fucking. I might like it more than the black, and I love the black. I mean the silver. Sorry, the silver that I just said, and the black. But this thing is really, really good.
Good.
I'm really enjoying it.
Really money.
Yeah.
Dude, the band on it too, man. That band is gorgeous. Like I love the look of it.
Yeah, the Charisma band was designed by Rula.
Okay.
Okay.
Very cool. Very cool.
So, because that cigar actually we made it for, when I was there, I studied a lot of people. So, as you guys know, all the Havana presidents throughout the world, they're all personal friend of mine. And we had a meeting and we were talking and they were smoking SC Reds and stuff. And what I heard and what I understood, they like that little bit of sweeter cigar. Believe it or not, number one selling cigars in Arab market is Por Laranaga, uh, Ramon Iones, right? And, a lot of other cigars, they're not big because they want that sweeter taste. And I said to Rolla, I said, we're going to blend something. And, I took some, pre-blended stuff with me. And I said, what do you think about this? She smoked it. And she's like, oh my God, this is crazy. And I said, let's go with it. And I just said, we should make it a little bit more sweeter. And, that cigar has 1999 Habano wrapper, and we also use it in a filler as well.
Damn.
And for $10, were you getting that quality of stuff?
It's insane. It's insane for $10. This is smoking like a $50-$60 cigar. That's coming out today. Unfortunately, that's like the standard,
Yeah. And the name behind it, that holds it, that's Eladio, and I could say, hey, it's coming out Eladio. There's a lot of stuff coming out with, people are going to price it $40, $50, $60. And I don't get it. I just don't get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited for October because I know it's coming out in October.
Yes, Zodiac Killer, yes.
Oh yeah, that's right. We did get a comment earlier today about the Zodiac Killer.
Yeah.
That is on the way, yeah?
Because I was back company that we contracted them out to do everything. Now they no longer go. So the only thing that we could do that quick is the cardboard boxes. So we're gonna do Zodiac Killer, same design, red boxes with all the Zodiac sign with our face on it. And it's gonna be 5 packs. And because it's in a cardboard box, it's a little inexpensive for us. So we're also going to lower the price for consumers. It'll be somewhere around $11 a double perfecta.
You know what sounds good than the Zodiac Killer? I'll come out with something called the Sanj Killer.
Well, listen, don't make me embarrass you. Listen, you guys want to hear something funny? This motherfucker, I have pictures, buys a fucking electric scooter that you stand on, right? That like my kids have a bigger bike than this fucking guy. He buys it, blows the fucking tire. He says, "How that blew?" I said, "The weight capacity is like 135 pounds. You're a 900-pound motherfucker. What do you think is going to happen?" And today he's changing the fucking tire. He's got no tools. He's got nothing. He comes to the shop. He's like, "Listen." So I help him out. Then 2 fucking nuts. He's supposed to put it in. They go, "I don't need it." Guess what happened? I said, "I want to see you ride that shit." The fucking wheel came right off. I said, "Great."
Damn.
Listen, like that shit was way too hard to get. Like the tire wasn't going back on with those damn with that piece. I was like, fuck that. Like,
It was guys. It was like real ghetto. He found the milk crate from somewhere from 1980. He put that scooter on it. He's sitting on. I have pictures. I'm gonna post it tomorrow. I'm gonna tag you all. That's what I'm gonna do. Bring the neighborhood down.
oh my god, really?
A milk crate? Where the fuck did you find that plastic milk crate?
No, listen. Don't worry about if I found the milk crate. Just know that it was very useful. It was helpful, and I was able to get that damn thing running.
It was so old. Your pictures were off.
Yeah.
Syndrome. I would just go on Amazon, dude. You don't need anything crazy. You just find one on Amazon or just Google.
Are we talking about like? Are we talking about to like release a bunched up like a cigar dagger, or are we talking about just something to like nub with?
Yeah, I guess. It
Just saying.
yeah.
Cocktail picks work.
Dude, I want that charisma so bad.
It's so good.
Yeah, DJ, you're missing out big time. You're missing out big time, brother.
Soon.
Yeah,
You get it.
you know what? Like, I had one, and I smoked it last night when I was talking to Matt. I fucking smoked it, like not knowing that I was gonna fucking be on here with you guys. I'm like, fuck.
Well, with you, you never know. You could be fucking locked the fuck up.
Like, all right, well, you know what? The one thing I do know is if I do get locked up, at least you'll have bail money for me.
Yeah, that's all right. I mean, I have no problem with it.
You know, at least you have bail money for me.
I barely out, anytime. You with me, ain't nobody touching me. You know that.
So Sanj, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
So now in the basement, is it the boxes that give it that smell, or is it just
Just tobacco itself releases a lot of gas. Tobacco creates a lot of almost like nitrogen. I mean, nitrogen type of gases. And because it's not, constantly open, it smells that way. But if you open that door 3-4 times a day, you wouldn't be able to smell that. It's like walking into any closed room. If you have a room in your home, keep it closed for a week and walk in. It's gonna have different smell to it. So it's nothing to do with any of that. It's just the nature of a beast. It's like walking into, you know, sitting into a brand new car. You're gonna smell leather. As you use it, it goes away.
now, just the I was telling, and also of course, like I'm over because Matt was the only one on. I was telling him about the first box that the first LFD you gave me was the original LFD from 2010.
Yeah, different stuff. It's like the old Opals, everything is so different today.
So now, like one thing though is that's like that cigar, it kind of had the flavor of the room in that cigar a little bit.
LFD?
Yeah.
Well, I couldn't tell. I mean, I smoke a lot of stuff from downstairs. And I don't get that.
No, I'm like, I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm saying in a good way. Like that.
It shouldn't change anything.
Sanj, do you have your hand on your phone, like on your mic maybe? Because you're sounding muffled right now.
No.
No, it's not that. When I come around, he gets nervous. That's what it is. When he sees me, he gets nervous. He gets a little jittery.
Peter wants to know if we can get you off the screen, bro.
Yo, what's the price?
Get off.
What's the price? What's the price? Yo, if you want the bounty, you got to pay a price for that, man. We like we got to just demand what you want.
The only way, I'm gonna get you scared right now. I'm not paying my taxes for 6 months. You're gonna starve.
Okay.
This motherfucker shows up with EBT card. He said, "Can I pay for cigars?" I'm like, "What?"
You took it.
No, I didn't. Actually, we're coming out with a cigar called EBT. You know that. We're making a budget cigar, $3 cigar. It's gonna have same packaging. It's gonna have the same color as the EBT card. That fucking ugly, turquoise blue and green lighting.
Yeah.
We're gonna call it EBT.
Perfect. Oh man. Yeah, I'm lost in this cigar, guys. This is very, very good.
Good. I'm glad.
Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad I have 4 more of these. These are going to be enjoyed. Thank you, Sanj.
Yeah, no worries. I think I have a box somewhere in my house. I'll tell Rob to send it out. I don't know what size I have, so whatever size I have, I'll send you guys. No, it's not a problem.
What are all the sizes in the Charisma?
Charisma has 4 sizes. Charisma has Lonsdale, 5x56,
Mm-hmm.
654, and 752.
Okay, nice, man.
And believe it or not, in the Charisma, 556 was my favorite size. That's all I was smoking. And I'm a
Okay.
Lancero and a Lonsdale guy. But see, again, to me, a lot of people say, why don't you make this size, that size, and this blend? And I'm like, no. I don't make cigars according to sizes. I make cigars according to the blend that fits the best for the size.
Later, Sal.
All right, Sal. Yeah, I'll see you next
See you,
week,
dude.
Sal.
You know? You have to make the cigar that size is what fits the best for that tobacco. If I made a Lancero in black, you wouldn't be able to smoke it.
It's Matt. Matt's got the crickets.
Yeah, I got crickets. Crickets outside at nighttime. Go figure.
Yeah.
He's got the crickets.
Well, we have a lot of them here too. I live in a
So, I have a question for you, Sanj. When you're on the farm and you're picking your sizes, how are you able to gauge? Let's say, you know what, maybe the customer like this size, maybe the customer might like that size. Like, how do you go through that process?
I'm going to give you an answer that most people are not going to like. I don't make anything for customers. I make everything for me. If it passes my inspection, then it's good for everybody else. I'm being good. I'm just saying, this is what I made. It's like you asking a chef. Chef is never going to make anything for people. If that's the case, there's a million people smoke cigars. I can't make a million different cigars. You have to make one generalized stuff and say, okay, this is what, industry is looking for. A lot of people, there was a time, if you go back 25 years ago, right? It was all like a lot of classic mild cigars. Then you came into this pepper houses and stuff that shit make you want to throw up. It's not enjoyable. But I always said my SP Black is that's the strongest cigar I would ever make. Because to me, if you have a strong cigar, then you actually limiting your spine, right? So, not everyone has a strong cigar. But if you have a nice, mild, with a lot of flavor, all-round cigar, a beginner can smoke it or connoisseur can smoke it. And that's what you have to tackle with, You can't make cigars and say, hey, market wants strong cigar. No, market today wants garbage stuff for expensive prices. I'm not doing it. So when we make blends, we know what we want. When 2 years ago, when we talked about charisma, what did I tell you? I said, I'm going to make it like sugarcane. Remember that?
Yes. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
So that's, I want 7 flavors. Like melted milk in the silver. I want that melted milkshake back milk to it. And that's exactly what you get. Most people don't know what melted milkshake is. There is such a thing. It's called melted milkshake. It's a burnt milk.
Yeah.
So you can make stuff. So you have to make it best of your ability, right? And then the thing is always this: if you do the right thing, people would understand. It's, right path is slow path, but it's a city path, right? And what I always teach you, never be the rabbit of the race, right?
Yep.
Always be the rabbit of the race.
Because you want to get everything right.
Yeah, you want to pay attention to it. He spends a lot of time with me, so he knows before I make a blend. I go through so much stuff, and I get frustrated. I'm like, how simple is this? You got to do this. I told you this. Don't fucking change nothing. And people don't see the behind the scenes stuff. And I do everything myself. I don't have staff. I don't have anything. I deal with the box guys. I deal with the fucking, artists. I deal with, factories. I deal with everything. You know, look, my time 12:16. I'll be at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm. Like when
Yep.
Sanj's in like blending mode, he's a whole different person. You know, especially when something's coming out,
Just
you know,
locked in.
he's locked
Yeah.
in. You know, he's locked in. You know, and I can always tell, like, because you know, like he'll go from just talking and then he'll just, you know, go off and you can see him just thinking.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Working.
yeah, you know, it like you know it's a gift and a curse. You know, just being next to it's a gift to be able to put your brain every day. It's a curse that I have to see his face.
Well, first is gonna happen when I really start charging you for the fucking cigar.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be the first.
Uh-huh.
You know?
So,
Yeah.
like,
He
So,
had,
you know, how do you feel about your Eagles this year?
oh, then listen. First of all,
deep inside, he's still a cowboy.
We know. We know, Sanj. We know.
you know what?
Both
Like,
of them suck.
you know what? You can't talk. You're a Giants fan. You sit in the corner. Like, you go sit in the corner and take the tension. All right. Like
Listen, man, we got more Super Bowls than both teams in the last 20 years, so I can talk whenever I want to talk.
you were 9-7.
I'll talk when I want to talk.
You were 9-7, and you got lucky. All right.
Luck. I like the luck thing.
Yeah. Be nice getting money, man.
luck
Appreciate you, man. I appreciate the comment too.
You know, nothing made me happier to know Kellen Moore became y'all's offensive coordinator as a Cowboys fan. Nothing made me.
Yeah, I mean, basically that's the kiss of death.
Oh yeah.
You got Saquon. You paid Saquon
And-
obscene money, and you got Kellen Moore. I mean, it's like the writing's on the wall, bro.
And hear me. I'm a Cowboys fan, and I hate the Cowboys. I'm a fan, and I hate them. So
No, because it's domestic violence. That's why. It literally is domestic violence being a Cowboy fan. You know what? The worst part about it, Sanj never comes to the shop on a Sunday. Never comes to the shop on a Sunday. And I'm there, and I'm watching the game, and next thing you know, halftime comes around, and all I see is him come around the fucking corner live, enjoying it, seeing me suffer with every fucking Cowboy fucking fuck up that they did in that game. And it just like that was the icing on the cake. That was icing on the cake, and I said never again.
We made a bet, right? I said $1,000. So he's like, "Yeah, I got faith." And then I look, after all, I'm a businessman, so I offered him. I said, give me $750. I give you 25% discount, and we call it a quit. He said, "No." It's on live. He was, I got faith. And I would burn the cowboy hats live, cowboy jerseys live, right? And then when time came, they lost, and I came there. He was actually crying. It took him 8 months to pay me my $1,000. Now, see, what does that tell you about Cowboy fans? They talk.
I mean, if he paid it, that's better than a lot of the Cowboy fans that I've known.
Right, that's what I'm saying. But look, my thing is, I told him, I said, put your $1,000, give it to the third party. Whoever wins takes the money.
Yeah.
Right? And I didn't take that money. I just wanted to teach him a lesson. I wouldn't never take anybody's money. I don't gamble like that. But he had a faith, and I had to make sure that I break his faith. You should have faith in God, nothing else.
You know what? Like, it's to the point now where I'm like Patty. We sit, we talk Cowboy, and we have no faith. Like, I always wondered why Patty was so broken, and now I see why. Now I see why Pat's like.
You Cowboy fans are like those girls that like abuse their husbands and boyfriend, beat the fuck out of them. And neighbor calls a cop, and they're like, "Oh, I love
It's
them."
a Stockholm syndrome. It's a Stockholm syndrome kind of thing.
Yeah, you fucking bitches.
I'm about to. Texas Southpaw says we get one adult team change, and I'm about to turn that card in on my boys, man.
I can't do it.
Oh, I can.
I can't.
No,
do
you
it.
can't leave your team, bro. You don't get to change, John.
Hell yeah,
This is-
you. Yes, you do. Yes,
No,
one
you
time.
don't.
One time.
No.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
No.
Okay, but here's why. No, it depends on your reasoning. Okay, my reasoning isn't because they suck. That's not my. I don't care. I don't care that they suck. My reasoning is because I hate our ownership. I hate our ownership, and it's not ever going to change. Stephen Jones is just as bad as Jerry Jones.
No,
and
but it's never.
And I put in 35 years.
You know what?
I put in my time.
Yeah,
Holy,
I got
you don't
one.
want them, bro.
All right.
Eno
All right,
lives in New Jersey, bro. If he's a Cowboys fan, he's a Cowboys fan. Just let him
You
be.
know what? If the Cowboys win the Super Bowl, do I get to name a cigar?
Say that again.
I said, if the Cowboys win the Super Bowl, would I get the chance to name a cigar?
So here I'm gonna make it very simple for you, Innocent. I hope you live to be 100 years old. You would never see a Cowboy win, but I'll tell you what. Every time they lose a Super Bowl, you're gonna give me $100 until you live to be 100. You want to take that bet? And this time I would need my money first.
Wait, Eno, are you a Cowboys fan or are you a Phillies fan? I thought you were an Eagles fan.
I'm a Cowboy fan.
He's a Cowboys fan.
Yeah, no. I said that from the. I was. It was
You just josh him. Yeah.
Okay.
Listen,
My bad.
How do you know if Eno's a Cowboy fan? You've never seen a fat bitch like him ever before.
No, I know how he's a Cowboys fan. He's living in depression all the years. That's how I don't know that, but I'm depressed. Very depressed.
So adult team change. Who would you change your team to, John? Would it be Houston? Would it be another Texan team?
Okay, so first of all, keep this in mind. Okay, I'm going to qualify this again. Okay, I'm not changing because they suck. So I might choose a team that sucks, and people are like, "Oh, but they suck." It's not because they suck. All right. I'm considering two teams. So I also grew up secondarily a Bears fan because my dad's a Chicago guy and I grew up watching the Bears and they suck. But again, it's not because my team sucks. Okay.
Probably better this year.
I like the Bears. And yes, the Texans are on my list. I'm gonna kind of feel it out, see how I feel. All right. But this year, Jerry Jones said we're all in. And we signed a long snapper, and we have yet to sign our star receiver.
Exactly.
And I'm just fucking done. I'm done, dude.
You know what,
Jonathan? I got nothing but love for you, but please never compare the Yankees to the Cowboys ever again. Thank you. Sorry. I got a little triggered.
Well, listen.
You know,
listen. There are few reasons I don't like Cowboy. Number one, I'm Indian. Right? So fuck Cowboy.
Yeah.
And number two, this fucking queers took a knee on the field. Un-American motherfuckers.
But the Cowboys were the only team that weren't allowed to do that.
Yeah, no, they weren't allowed to do it.
Yeah, they weren't allowed.
Jones was very adamant about that. He was going to fight.
Yeah, he'd kick you off the team if you did it.
Yeah.
The owner is a bigger Republican than you are.
Yeah, that's it. He's Republican because we're hard workers.
You know what? Listen.
What time did you get up today? What time did you get up yesterday?
He said that's a feather.
Like,
go ahead.
Well, he said the Cowboys and Indians thing. It was a different Indian, different denomination.
I was at work till
listen. At least they're lucky. They're lucky. I'm not that kind of Indian because I want my shit back.
Oh. yeah, because you're an Indian giver.
Yeah. No, they took it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, the reason why I won't be an Eagles fan because Eagles fans actually eat shit off the ground after they win Super Bowls.
True.
Very true. This one they were there eating horse poop off the ground, Sanj.
They didn't even know what a Super Bowl was until about 5 years ago, so it's not
exactly. Exactly.
You know, I don't understand sports. I don't get
You know,
involved.
at all. At all.
That's
I
okay.
like to watch TV.
It's okay.
Oh, I'm probably done with them after this year, man.
I'm done.
John.
I'm
You
done.
can't change teams, John. You're a grown man. If you're a
Bro,
kid,
I could do whatever the hell I want. All right. and I've put in 35 depressing years with this team. All right, I have put in my damn time
That's
with
true.
these guys, man.
I mean, like, hey, this is what happens when you sell your soul for, the triplets in the 90s. That's what it is.
Hey, at least I'm not trying to change to like a bandwagon team. You know what I mean? Like I'm not trying to jump on a bandwagon. I'm just done with the Jones family. It's never going to change, and I don't want to live the back half of my life feeling this, depressed and angry. So
You know what? That's a great point that Texas Tourist made. The cigars that Matt just got were from the same era that the Cowboys last won a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
That's pretty impressive when you really think about it. Like that's pretty impressive.
that's mind blowing. They're that old.
First of all, his
They're
name
that
is Texas Vegan #1.
I don't think so. I don't know. He can comment in the chat, but I don't think so.
No, he eats Taco Bell.
Yeah,
He's not vegan.
He's bean burrito.
They don't use real meat anymore, right? Although they are bringing back the gordita, right? Like are they
Horse meat, dude. Horse meat.
That's a delicacy.
It's still meat.
Where Kilan's
Exactly.
at, that's a delicacy.
Exactly. Oh, that's good. How about them Cowboys? No one.
No one.
dude, the last thing I'll say about them, they'll shut up about the Cowboys.
Here we go. All right. What do you got to say?
I'm hating on them. What are you complaining about? I'm hating on. Okay, I got myself on. All right. The last thing I'll say about them is they put business way ahead of anything else compared to any other football team out there, man. And they put the show, they put all the shit. And players have said this, dude. Players who have left the Cowboys and have gone to other teams have said it's like I'm actually playing for a real football team now, who act like a real football culture. And like the Cowboys don't care because they make tons of money off of everything else they do, all the shenanigans. And so they have no reason to want to change because they're the most profitable, valuable franchise in the sport.
Stupid.
It's all of sports. They are the most profitable
in North
franchise
America.
in all of sports.
In North America.
Well, I mean, there might be a football team here or there, but I mean, like in sports,
They're worth more than Manchester City.
Are they really?
Yes.
They are.
Wow.
They are top tier.
And see, that's the problem I have is we're all in and we signed a long snapper.
Mm-hmm.
That's our version of all in.
Yeah. But I mean, like going back to the whole entire Yankees Cowboys comparison, right? Like anything other than the Super Bowl, you're automatically you didn't achieve the goal. And that's the problem, being the highest earning team. That's the shitty part.
We haven't even been to an NFC Championship game.
Well, I mean, you did the Rams. The Rams took you out a few years ago.
All right, put the spotlight on me real quick, please.
That's a lot of
man.
That's a lot of light you're asking for. We don't have floodlights.
Oh, whatever. Like you guys all know, I know every player, even on this team, sorry ass Cowboy team. I know every man from 1 to 53, and even the practice squad guy.
Who's the starting strong safety
You
this year?
sorry son of a bitch. You sorry son of a bitch.
Who's the starting SS?
The super. I know who the Gunners are. I know. Like I'm waiting for that.
Haven't answered me. Who's the starting strong safety this year?
The show it's probably gonna be Donovan Wilson again this year, and I'm not
probably ain't. I thought that you knew.
I do know, but
right,
it's like four guys going for that one spot.
You know,
you had the spotlight.
Oh, so my Zeke is back. That's all I care about. The only time I'm going to watch the Zeke is the ball. And for all you Eagles fans,
Sorry. I'm sorry, you know. Keep on now, bro. It's like 20 pounds overweight.
First of all,
Yeah,
Peter can't talk. Peter can't. He works for the Eagles. Peter can't.
He can't talk. They recently went to a Super Bowl
and lost. The goal
Yes.
is not to get there. It's just to win.
Oh, this is the greatest ever.
I'm
All
fine
right,
with that. I'm fine with that. Sorry,
No.
you go, Eno. You go.
We're at the time
Matt,
limit.
you can't.
Someone's
Matt,
already
you can't
asleep in the
talk.
swing,
You
bro.
can't. You can't talk because you're a Chiefs fan. So I don't hear nothing from you. So all I say is, like, you know, the Cowboys is shit. Jerry Jones is shit. You know,
Yes.
Dak Prescott is shit.
Reach.
You know, like, you know, I can't talk about CD Lamb, but you know, Stephen Jones is a fucking doofus, and you know, this team, like growing up.
Bro, while he finishes his thought real quick, okay, I just want to let you guys know. Okay, we opened up last year against this team. They hit us with a 40-0, like goose egg against the Giants.
But
We
you're the
played like
Giants.
total shit.
You're the
okay?
Giants.
And these guys said they're winning the Super Bowl. Now watch the cope. Watch the cope right now. All right,
First of
continue.
all, like
Here's the problem I see. Right? This is what's wrong with this fucking life. You're giving a fucking cowboy more spotlight than a real fucking Indian.
It's a different Indian, but yeah, you're right.
No. Forget about all that. I'm an Indian. That's all I'm thinking.
All right,
Whether I'm a
but nothing
two-star
that we
Indian or woo-woo Indian don't count. I'm an Indian.
You know what? Sounds like you should come out. You should come out with a small batch of cigars. That's called "Fuck Them Cowboys." I guarantee you
what are we doing here?
Listen, order for me to make a cigar called "Fuck the Cowboys," I couldn't find cheap enough tobacco to make that shit.
That's to be made out of brown paper bag.
Yeah,
I don't know what we accomplished there, but apparently the Cowboys, yeah, we're all saddened by the Cowboys.
Hey, I'm a Knicks fan too, so you know, like it gets even worse.
You don't need to admit that.
Exactly, it gets even worse.
You know. Right now, we know what you sound like.
What?
Neepet Harris. Change fucking.
Hey, no. You can't go there. We can't go there.
All right, well, listen, you're a chameleon.
Listen, I love your cousin, all right?
Yeah, I know.
How are you a Knicks and Cowboys fan? Doesn't make any sense.
Listen, I'm a Knicks. I'm a Yankee fan. I'm a fucking New York Red Bull. I'm a New York Red Bull fan. I'm a New York Liberty fan. It's just a Cowboy.
Fried chicken fan.
Yeah, listen. So last night, I you know, like I explained the story of how fucking, you know, how you yelled at me about the fried chicken thing. You know, don't worry. First of all, don't worry about it. How about you pay the bounty? It's $100 bounty. You pay the bounty, I leave. As simple as that. You pay up, or shut up. As simple as that. You pay up or shut up.
I'm imagining people tuning in for the first time ever.
Yeah.
Like right now.
Oh,
Yeah,
y'all learned today.
Why don't you ask what kind of fried chicken got him? He can't smoke nothing from the basement no more.
Listen, man, we already got the other drum. We're good to go. We're good to go here.
Michael, real quick, by the way, what did you light up?
I lit up the Oreos tail in Connecticut.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
Oh, Connecticut. Okay.
Dude, okay.
Nice,
I got something to say about that Oreo stale real quick, that Connecticut.
Mm-hmm.
So I gave that to a buddy of mine who he smokes, not nothing crazy. He's not super into it, but he smokes, somewhat here and there. And I forgot that thing has a little bit of extra pop to it. And he got pretty woozy feeling after. I felt bad because I was like, here's a really good Connecticut, and he liked it a lot. But I forgot it's a little deceptive. It's got a little bit more.
For me, being that I'm such a big fan of the SP Black, right? I like the Connecticut in the Oreo's tail. I like Cameroon in the RS88, along with the Maduro, right? But like the Connecticut in the Oreo's tail, probably my favorite out of the Oreo's tail line.
Wow.
Did you smoke the FFK Connecticut?
I did. The FFK was probably the only one out of your line so far that I haven't been able to figure out what I like the most out of. Like the Connecticut had a lot going on. The other blend did not. So I feel like I like the Connecticut style more. Same way, but it's really tough because like in the SB 1014, right? I like the black and I like the red in two individual ways. In the RS88, I love the Cameroon, love the Connecticut, and in the FFK, I like the Connecticut more so than the Maduro.
Yeah. So we also make Habano and Cameroon.
Right.
Cameroon is
Stuff, yeah. I'll send out stuff on Monday.
No worries.
Hey,
So-
No worries.
hey,
It's all
Michael,
good.
real quick. Hey, Michael, real quick. Put the spotlight on me. This is for Peter.
I got you.
This will take 1 second. That's for
There
you.
you go.
Oh,
Yeah,
Mr.
fuck you, Peter. Fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you,
That's for
Peter.
you, Peter.
Fuck you, Peter.
You just see
Take that,
a
Peter.
comment pop up from Pete. Look at this depressing idiot.
What are you gonna say? He's gonna say some kind of shit about this. So I had to think about that real quick.
Michael,
If he's- yeah.
I have a question for you, Mike. How do you feel
Hold on,
about,
hold on. I'm not fighting the buzz, John. I am embracing the buzz.
Embrace it, baby.
Continue with your question, Edo.
So, how do you feel about bamboo rum?
I love it. I have a bottle inside right now. It's good. You know, outside of like the celebrity endorsement and stuff like that, it's solid stuff. It has natural like spices and different things in it. I have a bottle of bamboo rum that I've had for probably about 2 or 3 years, and it has honestly like faded in color because of the natural spices that they add to it. They don't add as much caramel coloring to it, and you know, different preservatives and stuff like that. You get a lot of preservatives in spice rum, which is why I'm not the biggest fan of the category as a whole. But bamboo's pretty legit. Their XO is good. Their cream, the bamboo cream, is really good. If you like that stuff.
I haven't tried that one yet, and I'm looking for a bottle up here to try that one out.
Dude, I'll send you some out. Like, I got you.
Oh shit! Yeah, that like I seen it down in when I was in Florida. I seen it. And I was like, I haven't tried that one yet. And I'm like, damn, it's too big for me to bring back.
Yeah, no, I'll send you some for sure. I have the direct line to bamboo. We'll do it up.
Oh,
I like their stuff.
You know what else you haven't tried?
What?
Full-time job.
Oh shit.
With speaking of job, I'm gonna say goodnight, guys. It's 12:39 here. I got 3 hours worth of sleep, and I'll be up at 4.
Yeah.
Sanj, thanks for coming on, man. It's always a pleasure, dude.
God
Appreciate
bless.
you,
Always
man.
good to see you, brother.
God bless, brother.
Take care, man.
See ya.
Thank you.
You know, enjoy that. Wow, hey.
Fuck you, Sanj.
There's never been a greater outro.
Peter,
Yeah,
did you not?
just
Peter,
a,
oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say this is like the best, like, you know, fuck you before farewell. I love that.
Yeah.
Peter, did you take a break? Did you not see the chinchale, man? You're not saying anything. Just
Well,
gonna take
because-
it.
You know
Hold it
what?
up for him again. Hold it up for him again. We'll show it.
Peter.
You know what
It
it
looks
is?
like it has a really good burn line on it too.
Yeah.
Look at that thing.
Take
You know
it
what?
ease. Take it ease.
You know what it
Tastes
is?
really
It's
good.
the
Hey,
fact that Pure has a 74 palate. That's what it is.
I'm pretty ripped up tonight. That's your answer. Can't even think of a comeback. He's like, oh, too fucking jealous.
What was a celebration? Oh, okay. I think Peter said he had some like stuff going on at his house, like a get together. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What'd you drink, Pete? What was your drink of choice tonight this evening?
Yeah, because John's old as shit.
Oh man. So other than the charisma, what else have you smoked recently? That's like blowing your palate away. That's just blowing your mind.
Well, last I spoke about that. What's it? Pieces of Havana from Warped.
Warped. Okay, yeah, you like that. You didn't like the Crocodillo, but you liked the bits of.
No, didn't like that one. I'm sorry. I wasn't feeling
crazy.
Crazy. I smoked the new Cavalier today, the 2024, and started off good, and then towards the end of it, got bitter as shit and had to chuck it like in the final third. I had to chuck it.
Was that like a Perfecto? Was that the Perfecto one?
Yeah, Perfecto shape, yeah. So it started like, and I was like, damn, this is actually pretty good. This is something I can see myself smoking on the regular. And towards the end, I'm like, nope, shit is trash.
Yeah, that sucks, dude.
Yeah, and I'm trying to think of what else new we got at the shop that I've been, because like when the boys are here, I only go to the shop when the boys are here. So the boys just left, so I've been now frequenting the shop more. I smoked the two new EP Creoles, the Sumatra and the Maduro. The Maduro was decent. The Sumatra I didn't enjoy.
I wasn't a big fan of the Sumatra.
Yeah, so the Maduro I enjoyed that one, and the Las Coveras, the new one I like that one. And then shit, I'm trying to, because we got so much new fucking shit in the shop now. Oh man. Fuck. I smoked a couple of Tartawates.
Dude, that was good. That was good.
That was good, man. So, the new one, not the LE, but the I think it's the 2012.
Oh, the Kahonu. There's like a reddish band and then a greenish band one.
The greenish band, the greenish band was good. The red band was garbage.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, so but like it's crazy because like I didn't even know that they came out with a limited release, so I didn't even get a chance to poach one and smoke one. So, but
has anyone tried the before and after Eladio line?
Never, not familiar.
I can't lie. A few of Eladio sticks were kind of I try to stay between that under 15 range a lot of the times.
Yeah. And they
fuck you, Peter.
And which one out of the Sanj Cameroons should Syndrome try first? I think RS88, but that's just me.
I would say the RS88 Toro. A lot of people like the Lanestero, but I love the Toro is my go-to stick. It to me it might not be like the charisma for me. I always and this might be just like it might be an injustice, but I always say that the charisma is like the Cameroon on steroids. Because you're still getting that sweet sugar cane on the retro, but the Cameroon is something I can without a doubt, I'm like, what do I want to smoke? And I just grab that. I always gravitate to the Cameroon Toro.
And technically, Syndrome is right. The original industry killer is just Habano and Maduro, but the RS-88s, you have the whole gambit. Like you have the Habano, Maduro, Connecticut, and Cameroon.
They're two different lines.
Yes,
lines.
$1 more. The RS-88s are $7.
It's $1 more, but they're two different, totally different blends. You know, so like if you thinking of the, because you know the RS-88, they don't have a pigtail at all.
Yep.
So two different blends, and they're two totally different cigars from the Maduro RS-88 and the regular industry killer Maduro.
I was going to answer real quick. Cigars and Smokes was asking about the Chinchale. Really quick. It's good, man. In my opinion, it comes alive if you give it about 6 months of rest. That's just my opinion, how they're pumping them out right now. I think with 6 months of rest, you really see their full potential come out. So they're real floral. So if you're not a huge fan of floral, you might not like it. But for me, creamy, bready, floral, like they're real good.
You know, I'm really harsh on wort. You know, because with certain cigars, they're very pepper bomby. So, you know, when you get something like the Chinchale, and even the bits of Havana can be considered a pepper bomb, but for some reason, like this one right here really hit. You know, like the Chinchale and and I'm trying to think of the one that they have in the white band. The Don Ronaldo.
Don Ronaldo, yeah.
Mm-hmm. That one right there is actually a really good warp cigar, and to me,
best value brand. I mean, Sanch, honestly, dude. But if we're going to talk about another one, I think Buffalo 10 is a really good value brand. I would throw that one out there.
Yeah.
The Umbagog by Gun Barn.
Although they're
great value brand.
They're getting less and less value. A little bit.
The Perdomo Frescos too that DJ has been hyping up. I really want to try one of those. Seem pretty good.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a cigar that's like $8. That's really, really good. That's not Santos.
Yeah.
Another really good one. It's they're not a value brand, but this is a good cigar for the price. Is the Plasencia Reserva Original? That's a cigar.
Yeah.
That's around $8 or $9.
Very solid
for a great Plasencia cigar. That's a great value.
I mean, the hard thing for AZ is that he's a Cuban guy.
Mm-hmm.
So like to find that Cuban-esque smoke, you have to like kind of venture out of the value brands usually.
Yeah. Because and also like you won't. I would just say you're not gonna get that cleanness that you get when you smoke a Cuban.
I'm really interested to hear everybody's opinion.
I mean, I agree with Sanj on the sense that like cigars should come out just ready, right? Like I do agree with that. I do think just the way the industry is. I also think Michael put it really eloquently, which is some cigars just do well with a little bit of rest or age. Like I said, the Chinchale for me, give it 6 months of rest, and it really reaches its full potential. Michael and Matt have said this. I agree with them. The Andalusian Bull, it just how it is right now, how they're pumping them out. It needs age. So.
Well, I think the one thing is that, you know, like these companies now, like back in the day, they didn't have the demand. So,
right.
You know, you were able to get that rest time. Yeah. Now it's like, you know, oh well, we can't be back ordered for too long, or we'll be forgotten. When you know, and this is my opinion, I feel like once you have a customer, they'll wait because they want that good product. And once you have space in that person's humidor, you're gonna keep that space in that person's humidor. So
and like I see both sides too, because I understand that in a 7-minute review, when we say something like, "Oh, this cigar will age long term," as we have said, right? It can be easily misconstrued as that, you know, you need to age this in order to get the optimal experience. That's not always the case. idea is that if you invested in a box of them, that they will treat you just as good long term as they are right now.
Because they have the body.
Or maybe potentially even better, slightly. And where Sanj is coming in and saying that, like, no, it should be ready to go. He's also saying that at the manufacturing level, they should have taken the time and not rushed it out. So there's like this, and it's hard to. It's so hard to explain that in a 7 or an 8 minute review, which is a lot of the time we don't get the opportunity to do. And that's why these lives are important, because of the fact that we can then qualify it and talk about it to its full extent. Right. And I think that that's really what Sanj was coming out to say, is that, you know, they take the extra step with his sticks to make sure that those things are ready to go. And that you probably won't get an SP 1014 Black that tastes, you know, mind-blowing 3 years down the road than what you're getting right now.
It's because, like, I remember when the Western Tobacco, the red, came out.
Mm-hmm.
When the West Tampa came out, the red, and everybody that reviewed it said you have to give it time. It's not ready. So like there was like if you buy it, just know you're gonna have to let it sit for 3 to 6 months before you can go and smoke it.
Yeah. And I mean, like, I don't have a West Tampa Red review on my channel, because, like, I smoked it. I've had West Tampa Reds. I've had Rick and his daughter on the channel twice, you know, for interviews. I love them. I think they're great people. But at the same time, like, the West Tampa Red, all the ones that I smoked, they were better than the white label, which is something that I did review on the channel, but they weren't ready when I smoked them.
Yeah,
they just weren't.
Ammonia, construction.
No, it's not even ammonia. It's just that, like, the demand was so high for them to put out something else. And, like, the Attic that I smoked was good, but somebody like Pete, you know, smoked the Attic Hector. So it's just, you know, it's not even ammonia at that point. It's like, maybe it's just they weren't fully ready to go just yet.
Well, it's tough because you understand too. These companies have investors, and most of the time when they have investors, they don't understand the cigar business. So they don't understand that. Oh well, you know, I need 6 more months. They're like, no, but we gave you this money. I want to see a return on my money.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, it's like, all right, well, you know, they don't understand that you're better off getting a good review than just getting your shit on the shelf, because then once it starts getting that bad press, it's just gonna sit on the shelf. And it's not gonna get in that person's rotation.
I will say too, like, Sanj knows more about cigars than I ever will in my whole lifetime. So I'm gonna say that. But, like, I don't necessarily fully see eye to eye with him on that, because I have experienced some cigars that I genuinely thought, you know, sure, could some of it be placebo? Absolutely. But there are cigars that genuinely, in my opinion, have actually gotten better with age, and they kind of meld better together. There is somewhat of a little bit of a fermentation that can take place, especially if there's contact with tobacco. Should it be that way? That's what we're talking about. But there are absolutely cigars that I have experienced that have gotten better with age.
And I mean, to, like, tie this all back into a liquor sense, right? You know, somebody had mentioned Buffalo Trace, Elmer T. Lee, all of the exclusive limited editions that come from the Sazerac, you know, supplier. When you look at a brand like that has these highly touted whiskeys, right, all with great aging to them, like the Pappy Van Winkles and stuff like that, they have a vodka. They came out with a vodka a few years ago, and it's like, is that vodka like the very best vodka on the market? I don't know. Like, you know, somebody would have to taste it and make that claim. But they came out with the vodka because of the fact that you don't have to age a vodka. A lot of brands, when they first start off, especially as whiskey brands, they will lay down the barrels and they will sell a vodka or a gin right away, because of the fact that you can recoup a lot of that investment right at the beginning.
Or they'll buy from MGP.
Yeah, or they'll buy from MGP and they'll, you know, rectify the spirit in-house or whatever, right? 100%. You know, it works the same way in the cigar game. It's like, you know, you have some standard lines that you come out with in certain sizes that you can just push out. Some of them have the right amount of aging, maybe they don't, whatever it is. And then you have some limiteds that have been aged a little bit longer, or so on and so forth, right? Like that's just the way that it works.
Syndrome had a question. I want y'all's opinion on it. But he was asking, he bought a box of bulls that he wants to age for 20 years. I think it's for his daughter's graduation or something. Asking if that's a good idea. It can be, man.
Save one for me. Save one for me.
The thing I would say about it is like, make sure, this is my opinion, if you're going to age those things for 20 years, keep them at a lower humidity, like to make sure that they don't completely age out. I would keep them at a, or mold. I would keep them at a lower humidity, a lower temperature if you're going to age for that long, and maybe smoke one at 10 years just to see how they're doing. But those are my thoughts.
Send one to me at 10 years, and then send another to me at 20 years.
Yeah,
I'll test it for you.
That could be bomb though, for sure.
Or say fans on Suicide Watch. I love that comment. That is not, the Dorsey is a good label. You know that. They're good.
I love the Quieter Say. That's a great cigar.
Yeah, they're good. Saving a case of red wine for my wedding some years ago. Okay. Yeah. I mean, like, here's the thing. Red wine, I mean, like, it's just like, so when I did my master accreditation for mixology, my whole entire thesis was on aged cocktails. It was on barrel-aged and bottle-aged cocktails. And what I was trying to posit was that we had to have like some sort of discretion between, like, you go to a bar, you look at a menu, and it says that you have a barrel-aged Manhattan on the menu. That tells the guest nothing. I don't know if it was just put in a barrel. I don't know if it was aged for 3 months, a year, any of that stuff. So I was trying to say that there should be some sort of like delineation between how long something's been aged in terms of cocktails. Because if you age something in a barrel, it's different than aging something in a bottle. And if you age something in a bottle, it technically has time to marry together all the flavors. It works the same way with cigars. You know, you take a cigar out of the box, you put it in a humidor with a whole bunch of other cigars, like Sanj said earlier, you could influence that cigar with other flavors, right? Flavors from other cigars, flavor from your humidor, whatever. And I feel like with Cubans, you know, you keep them all in the box, they undergo another maturation together, and, you know, blah, 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 blah. They have the opportunity to age long-term. It all comes down to, like, when it comes to red wine, if it's all in the bottle, it'll last for a while. And then after a certain point in time, you kind of want to pop it open and see what you have. If you have a whole entire case from 7 years ago, I mean, why not try one, you know, at the 10-year mark? Why not try one at the 15-year mark? Like, make it a celebration of the whole entire union, I think, if you have extra bottles.
Great advice.
So now, is there a diminishing return on a open bottle, like as far as trying to age that?
Oh yeah, I mean, like wine, once it oxidizes, like that's it,
like,
man. You only have a few days to a week.
Like when it comes to like rum, whiskey, stuff like that.
Well, with higher alcohol, you have that as a preservative, right? Just like salt is a preservative. Higher alcohol tends to preserve things a little bit better. But once you open up a bottle, whether it's rum, high alcohol whiskey, any of that stuff, it starts to oxidize a little bit. Also, things like external heat can influence it. So like for me living in Vegas, I don't keep any of my bottles in the garage because the garage can hit 95 degrees, you know, in the summer, 100 degrees.
Yeah.
And that's going to cause issues.
Yeah.
So, you know, like, but once a wine is open, you got to drink it. Yeah. That's it.
Dude, I've even heard, my brother was telling me, and Michael, you might know more on this, but my brother was telling me even whiskeys can like oxidize after you open them. He was saying like even they can, even though they're a finished product, technically, he said they can kind of go bad if they're left open for too long an amount of time.
So a big deal with whiskey was like chill filtering and non-chill filtered, because the non-chill filtered whiskeys would have like little fat deposits in them. So like you would see like oils in the whiskey once it had been opened and oxidized. And that's why like a lot of like big brands would chill filter everything, but it would strip it of a lot of flavors. And basically what you're doing is like you're removing fatty deposits and like lipids in the whiskey so that you don't have that cloudiness until you like shake up the bottle. But yeah, I mean like whiskeys can easily oxidize over time once they're opened.
Gotcha. Matt, how's that charisma, man? I mean, I don't even have to ask, probably. Yeah.
It's bomb. It's worth poking it. I'll just put it that way. Money. I'm having a good time.
Son says cigars age before blended, while other cigars that have harshness are better aged. Yeah, I mean, I don't think that there's a cigar out there, right, that doesn't benefit from being able to marry in the blend, whether it be before it leaves the rolling room or before it, gets smoked. There's a little bit of that just gets helped out.
Yeah. It's good questions, though. Y'all keep them coming.
Yeah. I have done WSET on wine and spirits for the level 2, but I have not done like the quartermaster sommelier, just because wine was never like my big thing. I would always taste wine and everything would taste similar in a lot of ways. Like, certain grapes always tasted the same. And then like when I got onto the distribution level, I started to drink champagne and like Riesling a lot more. And I found like certain wines that I liked. So I do appreciate the fact that they can differentiate, but it's never been my thing as much as spirits. I like the extra step of distillation.
So speaking of spirits, have you created anything new?
As far as
like any
cocktails?
Any cocktails?
Yeah. I mean, like over at the casinos that I help service, we have a couple of new restaurants coming in, so that's what I was doing all week this week. We had like 2 cocktail presentations. One was an old school steakhouse. The other one was a new venue that's getting ready to open. So like I did a couple of cocktails for those places, and like sent them some ideas. We'll see what ends up changing. I know that the steakhouse is gonna update all their stuff, but like nothing too crazy. Steakhouse cocktails, old fashions, Manhattans, like fun plays on those. Some contemporary takes. A lot of what I found was that their staff was making cocktails that were very sweet, and that always ends up taking away from the food. Because like when you have something that's a little bit more acidic, it gets your stomach and your palate ready to eat more.
Yeah.
When you have these really, really sugary drinks, it fills you up, man.
Yeah.
You gotta throw up Texas Southpaw's comment.
Time will tell. Time will tell.
That's open.
Fingers crossed. My gosh.
Hey, man, congrats.
Oh, congrats, dude.
Awesome.
Congrats, man.
My buddy Livio, he has a channel, Master Your Glass. He has some great cocktails on there. There's also, there's a ton of really, really good cocktail channels on YouTube. So, feel free to like go through his videos, check out like, Jesus. There, like everybody that's attached to him on YouTube, you basically have like home bartenders and also cocktail people that are working in the industry that are making drinks, man. Good stuff, especially like for the mocktails. He's got some good episodes on that.
Nice. Hey, you guys keep hanging out. I'm gonna call it tonight. I'm just tired. It's midnight here. So
yeah, we're at 3 hours. We're doing our thing.
There's still 50 people on if y'all want to keep hanging. It's up to y'all. Obviously.
So like, what new have you sipped on, Michael?
Well, in terms of like whiskey or just
Yeah.
anything in general.
Anything in general.
Let's see. So I'm judging a Spirit Awards competition next month, towards the end of the month. And I'm sure that I'll get like a lot of new stuff then. The newest stuff that I've tried at like work has been what do we get? We just got Beyonce's new whiskey.
Oh,
The Mr. Davis or whatever.
wow. Wow. Why am I not surprised that she put out a whiskey? Why am I not surprised by that?
Yeah, she put out a whiskey, so I have that tasting next week because that's going national. So we'll see. I haven't
Wow.
tasted it yet.
How do you
But
feel
yeah,
about
Beyonce's been-
how you feel about Le Portier? I had it, and because I don't like cognac, so I don't like, so Hennessy is like, I'm probably one of the ones that don't like Hennessy at all. I think Hennessy is trash.
So I'm a big cognac fan.
Yeah.
Big cognac fan. And I tried. So Shannon came to the Universal Whiskey tasting that we had 2 years ago with Le Portier.
Wow.
Oh shit! Hold on, we lost John. All right, there we go. It's a little bit better camera layout. So I tasted it then with Shannon, and like it's good juice. Like he has a legitimate distillery doing it. It's good juice. I like it. But I just blind tasted Remy XO, and I forgot how much I love that cognac. Like,
you know, I had no idea that Remy Martin owns so many, like, under their. It's insane. Like, so I had this.
What I'm drinking tonight is owned by Remy. Like, this Scotch is owned by Remy.
I had that. I had that, and I had this. Actually, so they have this 10 year from that same company. I think they had like a 10-year.
Mm-hmm.
That's really, really good.
Yeah,
and
dude.
then that same company I think has an aged gin. So it was a dark gin, and I'm like, this is crazy.
Huh.
Yeah, I mean, like the botanist stuff that they have is really good, man. Their little Scottish gin.
Yeah.
And this is just the perfect draw. You can find it on Amazon for like $20-$25. I mean, it's just a stick, you know. There's a little handle. There's the cap. You can find it on Amazon.
Later, John. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah.
Thank you, John.
Favorite ryes to drink? You want to know what's crazy? So along the same like line, right? I was talking about I did like this blind tasting, and it totally threw me back because there were a couple of things that I found really, really good. So Bullet Rye, and I know that we just take it at like face value, Bullet, whatever. Mm-hmm. Everybody has it. It's not that big of a deal. Bullet Rye was really, really good. It's something that I haven't blind tasted in a while, and I was just like, man, that was like a really good expression of rye. And then Remy XO was absolutely fantastic. Like all the stone fruits up front, finished with apple juice, or applesauce. It was great. There was a lot of good ryes, though. Sweet wheat. I have not had sweet wheat.
Huh.
Do not know what it is. Sounds like a bourbon. Oh, okay.
You looking it up?
Yeah. I mean, might as well.
And for me,
1792. Yeah, 1792. Okay.
1792 is fire.
1792 is good stuff. That's also part of Sazerac's portfolio.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah. That's like one that kind of goes under the radar, but a lot of cigar guys like it. Little cigar people, just in general.
Yeah. And for me, my favorite thing to pair is coffee. That's coffee and cigars are just a match made in heaven.
And that's AZ. That's probably like the universal pairing, man. Coffee for sure. I like
espresso.
I like a little bit of soda. I like diet sodas with cigars. I think those are pretty universal. You really can't go wrong with like Diet Coke or Dr. Pepper or Coke Zero. But if it is alcohol, right? My biggest advocate is Madeira, port, and sherry, fortified wines. I feel like you can get the most done with those, like universally. So whether the cigar has sweetness, whether it lacks sweetness, you have enough sugar, whether it's like medium to full body, whether it's medium or whether it's really light, there isn't like a tawny, a port, or a sherry that's going to be too overpowering for the cigar. And there's also not going to be one that's going to be too light. I feel like you can do the most with those. So fortified wine if it's alcohol.
And speaking of wine, I see like a lot more companies are starting to use those old like sherry cast and stuff in that realm.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like you're rounding stuff out. You're getting a little bit of influence from the oak, right? And I mean, a lot of those barrels get shipped wet with a little bit of juice left in it. So you're influencing it in a certain way.
Wow. The La Carême wasn't the only thing creamy that night.
Yeah, that was a strong recommendation right there. I have some boba in the freezer, bro. I'll try that out. Maybe for the next live. It'd be a different kind of live. Yeah, Armagnac. Armagnac's a good one. It can be like a little heavy on the palate because like you're basically distilling right to proof. That's the thing between Armagnac and Cognac. That's like a little bit different, but
So I had a tasting of a 40-year Armagnac. And
was it vodka?
Yes, it was.
Nice.
Oh my god!
I like that stuff. They're good, man.
But here's the thing: it destroyed everything else that I drunk the rest of the day, because like you have that, and then like I told you, like I love like Kings County, and I was like, oh okay, well Kings County's going to be here, and I sipped that. I started sipping. I go, I can't drink this shit. I can't drink it now. Like that, like that Bacta just really just.
So that's the original owner of Whistle Pig, Raj Patel. He's the guy who came up with that, and he basically went to France and bought, all the aged Armagnac that he could possibly find, and then he blended them together in Vermont, where he's at.
Like, I don't know how, but I need to get you and Tom together. I have to.
We still have to do that show. That'll be a fun show.
Yeah, man, because you guys together will just drop bombs.
And I mean, Syndrome, as far as alcohol and cigars are related to dental health, man, like, look, you have to take care of your teeth. Like, at the end of the day, I mean, the dental health part is very key. I would suggest going to see the dentist every 6 months, even though it sucks. Making sure that your gums and everything are straight. I like hydrogen peroxide in my water pick, and I floss every day. So that's really the key piece of advice that I could possibly give you. And that's somebody who drinks a lot of coffee, smokes a lot of cigars, and drinks, a couple of times a week.
Yeah.
So.
The fuck? Okay.
Yeah.
And it can even be like a hydrogen peroxide rinse, man, with just some warm water. Like, just do that once or twice a day. You'll be good to go. And then brush regularly, floss, do all that.
You guys ready to call it a night?
I think so, man. I'm at the very end of my Connecticut Oreos tail. Absolutely delicious, though, man. I think that I enjoyed that more than Maduro tonight.
Nice,
man. And to finish off with the Connecticut too.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's tight.
Well, boys, Ado, I appreciate you coming on and man taking all the shots.
Listen. I appreciate you guys having me up, man. You know, anytime, man. Anytime you guys, you know, anytime you guys are like, yo, you want to come on? I'm like, fuck, let's do it. So, you know, anytime I can come on and bust signs, this, you know, bust this shot, and I can't get beat up for it, you know.
Yeah,
as long as you're not sitting next to him.
Exactly.
You're always welcome, man. Always welcome.
I can't get.
And let me know. Let me know when Tom.
We love you,
man. We'll put
I will. You know, I'm setting up something with Matt for you know, within the next 2 weeks. So probably after that, I'll hit you up and we run it back again.
Yeah, man. For sure.
No. All right.
Anything you want to plug, Anything you want to plug, Matt?
The only thing I got to plug is, just follow me at Big Guilty Cigar Podcast. We got something coming out. I got something coming out soon. Like during the summer, it's kind of hard for me to put out content because, I got my sons here. So I really focus on them when they're here. So, I'm going to be uploading again. So just, subscribe to the channel, tell a friend to tell a friend. And, during my lives, we have fun, it's interactive. Same way we have it here, same way we have it over there. And, I appreciate all you guys. Fuck you, Peter, if you're still on. And the hats, yeah. For the hats, if you guys see right here, the Bow's just smoking a cigar. If you guys want, DM me. It's $25 a hat plus shipping. So only charge $5 for shipping. So it's $30 for the hat. So DM me.
Has Nintendo hit you up for their likeness yet?
Not yet. Listen, that's what I'm doing on. That's why I haven't posted yet. I keep it on IG. This way Mario don't come try to shake me down nothing yet. So
bro, Luigi gonna be after you, bro.
Yo, for real. So I ain't get no cease and desist yet. So right now. So I'm only coming out with 100 of these hats. So once this is done, I'm gonna move on to the next project. So I have them in navy blue, army fatigue, and black. So guys,
stay lurking.
Yo, lurking hard.
Lurking hard.
Yo.
Matt, you have anything that you want to plug, Matt?
You know the routine, man. Just every Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, you'll see me.
Do you have a mustache kit to promote anything like that, man?
No mustache treatment plans, no nothing. Just fucking hair on your face. Just go with it, man. Just
Matt, you know what you gotta get? You gotta get the handlebars to come in. That's what you need. You need the handlebars to come in.
Yeah.
And, that's what you need right there. That right there will be a super unique look.
Bro,
and shout out to Rutherford. You guys shout him out. The real star.
He's asleep.
He's
guaranteed asleep.
The cutout's gonna get an update pretty soon. I'm gonna get a new one of those, so because that one's like literally peeling off and falling apart. So,
man,
yes, smart man, Malnox, smart man. Glad you enjoy it, bro.
All right, all right, boys. I forgot to say. Oh, and you can find me on IG at Inomatic. Inomatic. All right.
Hell yeah, bro.
Alrighty, boys. Well,
all right,
thank
guys.
you so much for hanging out. We will be back in 2 weeks with. Do we have a special guest in 2 weeks?
We'll have to ask DJ. He's the man with the plan.
We always have special guests. So 2 weeks from now, special guest DJ will at least be on, and he'll give us a full recap of Deadpool and Wolverine from his eyes, and what it was like to comment on a cigar live stream while watching the movie in the theaters.
Slice of life.
Yeah. Alrighty, boys. Well,
all right, guys.
Love for y'all. Thank you to the chat. We will see you all in 2 weeks, and I'm gonna hit the outro video right now.